Adam right now. I was dating him first, so Adam belongs to me. You can't have him. I hear that you're going around telling people that you and Adam are getting married. But I know that's not true. He would never marry you. Would you stop embarrassing yourself and give him back to me? You'll regret it if you don't do as I say. No, I'll make you regret it. Give him back while I'm still ready to forgive you for taking him away from me. Excuse me, are you Adam's ex-girlfriend? I don't know what your problem is, but I don't plan on doing anything you just said. Adam and I are engaged. There's nothing you can do about that. Don't call me his ex. I'm his girlfriend. I still am and always will be. Some random woman like you can't change that. I don't know what got into him to make him want to marry someone like you, but I know that that's all your fault. You must have tricked him. Would you stop getting in the way and leave us alone? You're really causing a lot of trouble. You should be ashamed of yourself. Besides, do you really think anyone would want to marry an old woman like you? Oh, please. You're making me cringe just thinking about you in a wedding dress at your age. Hey, don't get ahead of yourself. I understand that you're upset, but that doesn't mean you can be childish. Adam chose me. Accept that. I didn't do anything to trick him. And if anything, you should be embarrassed of yourself making a fuss when Adam's already made his decision. There's no point in getting hysteric just because you're not the one that he's going to be marrying. Sorry for being an old woman, but Adam chose me despite our age gap, so tough. Anyway, why do you care how old I am? I'm still in my 20s. How can I lose to an old woman like you? I'm younger and prettier. Of course I'm the better choice. Way better than some 30-something-year-old woman like you. Why would Adam choose you over me? I don't understand it at all. Why are you asking me? Why don't you hear the reason from Adam himself? Maybe hearing it from him directly will make giving him up easier. Why do you even know my number? I don't think we have any friends in common. And Adam knows that I don't like people sharing my number without my consent. How could you have found out how to contact me? Anyway, I'm going to block you, so stop bothering me. I wish you all the best in your new life without Adam. You really should learn when to give up. You can't obsess over him forever, you know. It's already been a couple years since I started dating him. But if you still haven't been able to get over him, you're just going to suffer more. It's not good for you. It's already decided that Adam and I are going to get married, so you've just got to accept that. I'm not lying and I haven't tricked him. We're just in love. I took your phone number from Adam's contact list on his phone. Okay, I really think that you need help. You're not going to like it, but that's called being a stalker. Hang on, how did you even get his phone in the first place? Adam and I started dating after the both of you broke up. How could you have gotten my phone number? Unless you've seen him recently. You can't marry him. Adam is mine. You don't have the right to be with him because he was with me first. I'm going to take him back from you no matter what it takes. I suggest that you give him up first if you don't want to get hurt. He's going to choose me anyway when he realizes what a mistake he's made. What are you talking about? He doesn't belong to you. He doesn't belong to anyone. He's not a thing. And he's chosen me, so you should accept that. But I have something I want to ask you. You better break up with him. I'm not going to forgive you if you marry him. He's mine and only mine. Your name was Rebecca, right? Are you listening to me? When did you last see Adam?
Martha, sorry. I know you're gonna hate me for doing this again, but I was suddenly asked to attend a business meeting with a client at work, so I can't see you tonight. I really wanted to go and see that movie with you, but it looks like we're gonna have to go another day. I'm really sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Alright, I guess we can go next week instead, Adam. Before you go, I have something I want to ask you. Do you have a few minutes?
What is it? Is something wrong?
Your ex-girlfriend. Her name was Rebecca, right?
Yeah, it is. Why? What's up? Why are you suddenly asking about my ex?
She messaged me yesterday. I tried to ignore her, but she was being really persistent. But I was wondering how she got my number in the first place. Did you tell her?
What? Rebecca messaged you? Seriously? What did she say?
She told me that she took my number from your phone. But she could have only done that if you've met up with her since we started dating. Have you? I thought you said you didn't want to see her anymore.
Of course I haven't met her. You can't believe everything she says. Don't you trust me? She's just trying to make you suspicious of me so that she can try and break us up. Don't you remember me telling you how obsessive she was? She was really dependent on me for everything and was jealous all the time. That's why I left her, because I couldn't handle how clingy she got. And that's why you can't let her go to you. She still has a thing for me. But that doesn't mean anything to me, trust me. You can't just let her ruin our relationship when the wedding is just a few weeks away. Just block her and ignore her if she tries to message you again, and act as though nothing happened. She'll get tired of it sooner or later. Please, she's just my ex. She can't ruin what we have right now.
Of course, I can't just ignore her. How can I do that when I feel like you're not telling me the truth? If you say that you haven't met her, then how does she have my phone number? She couldn't have got it from anyone else. You're the only person we have in common.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I might have actually told her your number in the past. I'm sorry. But I only told her because she was saying stuff like, I won't forgive you if you don't tell me and you'll regret it. She was saying all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, she always does. So I thought that she might try and bother you if I didn't tell her. I really think that there is something wrong with her, so I felt it was best to just do what she wanted, and I told her your phone number. I mean, I thought it was better than her trying to get closer to you. She really does get jealous, so I don't know what she might do. But the worst case scenario I was imagining was that she might try and hurt you. And I really don't want that.
If that's why you told her, then why didn't you warn me? You should have given me a heads up that your jealous ex-girlfriend might try and get in touch with me, and maybe I had been able to block her beforehand or something. You know I don't like when people share my number without me knowing, so can you please just ask me the next time someone asks for my number? I've already blocked her, but she's already creeped me out. If she's that obsessive, then there's no telling what she might do next. It's still predictable if she buys a new phone just so she can get through. But what if she turns up at your house next?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have thought a little carefully. I just didn't want to set her off. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I know it's scary, but I'm serious. Don't let her get to you. She's just trying to break us up. I'll talk to her and I'll try and get her to stop, so don't worry about her anymore.
Yeah, please. I really don't want her to message me anymore. She really does her best to make me feel bad about myself, and I can tell she's laughing at me. Adam, you haven't cheated on me, have you?
What? Of course I haven't been doing anything like that. Why would you even think that? I swear I haven't even thought about anyone else except you.
I'm sorry, I had a bad feeling when I spoke with her. It was really like she knew something I didn't, and it felt like she was laughing at me for not realizing. You haven't lied to me about something, have you? There's nothing else you want to announce other than the fact that you told her my phone number?
Of course not! I would never lie to you, I promise! And why would I even lie to you? Do you really not trust me that much? And it's not like I lied to you about giving her your phone number, it just slipped my mind to tell you. Martha, please don't let her get to you. She really is just a crazy ex-girlfriend. Nothing she says actually means anything. She's just trying to make you doubt me so that we'll break up. I'm not exaggerating when I say she's crazy. I broke up with her because she was really obsessive and manipulative, and I couldn't take how possessive she was anymore. But we're getting married in a few weeks, remember? Think about this rationally. I chose you. You don't have to think about anything else.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, but I still feel like something's not right. It's really bothering me, so I can't help but think about it until I know what it is.
Come on, you gotta believe me. I haven't done anything. Why would I? We're gonna get married. I'm going to become your husband. What are you going to do if you can't trust the man that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with? We can't enjoy our married life if we don't have a relationship built on trust.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you so much. I'll try not to think about it. I'm probably overthinking things anyway. I'll just focus on the preparations for the wedding. Sorry I bothered you with something so stupid before your meeting. Don't worry about me and do your best. We can go watch that movie another time.
Oh yeah, I will. Don't worry, just trust me. I'm sorry about the movie too. I'll make it up to you. We're still going to have dinner tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Martha, what's wrong? Hurry up and come back to the hall so we can continue the service. Everyone is waiting for you. I know this is our big day, but we can't keep the guests waiting forever, you know?
What's wrong? Are you seriously asking me that? You saw what she did, didn't you? You were right there. You came after us when you saw that Rebecca asked me to have a chat and you saw everything, so why are you so calm? Why aren't you angry for me?
Martha, I don't get what the big deal is. Don't be so dramatic. Just come back to the hall so we can continue. Where are you? You didn't leave the venue, did you?
You must be joking. You think I'm being dramatic? Your ex-girlfriend slapped me in the face. I seriously thought that she just wanted to talk, but the second we moved to that corridor, she just turned around and hit me. Without any warning. So why are you acting as though nothing happened? Why didn't you even try and stop her? I can't believe you. All you said was sorry. She's just a bit jealous and walked on by. You're supposed to be the groom. Couldn't you at least ask her to leave? She wasn't even invited in the first place. Instead, you made it seem like it was a matter of course that I should overlook what she had done because she was just a little jealous. Why should I care if she's jealous? That doesn't give her any right to hit me. To be honest, I'm panicking because of how ridiculous this entire situation is. I'm not in any state to return to the hall.
Oh, come on, Martha. Don't be like that. Why are you making such a big fuss out of this? I said I'm sorry. It wasn't even me that hit you. She really was just a bit jealous, that's all. You should just loosen up a little.
How can you say that? I don't even understand how you can actually say ha 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 like it was just a joke or something. She actually hit me. It's assault. And come to think of it, you were smiling earlier too when you passed us by. You didn't even look that shocked that she hit me. You may not understand, but this situation is a lot more serious than you think. Yet here you are trying to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal at all. If anything, you seem pretty happy. Am I wrong?
Of course I'm not happy, but I don't think that it's such a big deal. And I was actually pretty surprised. I didn't know stuff like this actually happened outside the movies. I guess this is what people call a catfight, huh? And I didn't know that Rebecca was that jealous. I really am sorry, seriously. I don't know what got into her, but I don't think she'll do it again, so don't worry.
You don't seem very sorry at all. You seem like you're really enjoying this. Did you know that she was coming? I mean, I definitely didn't invite her, so you must have been the one that told her the date and address. And now your ex-girlfriend's come and crashed our wedding. You're enjoying the fact that she's gotten jealous of the bride. Must be fun to imagine that there are two women fighting over you, but she crossed the line. If you were half the man I thought you were, then you should have stopped her. But you only laughed and made excuses for her. You must be kidding if you really think that this situation is for your entertainment.
Martha, I'm not thinking that at all. But seriously, I just think that you're making a big deal out of nothing. I was just laughing because I was surprised, I swear.
I'm the one that was surprised. I was surprised that someone would even hit me. And I'm shocked that you were a complete bystander. You're acting like it was none of your business. You're supposed to be my husband. Don't you feel anything if your loved one is treated like that? I'd understand wanting to leave us to it if we were just arguing, but she resorted to violence and you didn't lift a finger. You liked that she was jealous enough to hit me.
Why are you so angry? Like I told you, it's not like I was the one that hit you. And today's supposed to be a special day for us. It's the biggest day of our lives. Don't ruin it by getting pissed off just because Rebecca got a little jealous. You may be older than her, but you've still got a long way to go before you grow up, Martha.
Excuse me? I'm the one that needs to grow up? You're saying that to the woman who got slapped in the face. To your wife. And what are you still laughing about? This isn't funny.
Calm down, Martha. You don't have to be that angry. You're being really dramatic over a slap. I just don't want you to make a bigger deal out of things than what's necessary. And you're going over the top. We're supposed to be celebrating, so by getting into a really angry mood, you're just being all childish and ruining everyone else's happy mood. Can you just hurry up and sort out your attitude because everyone is waiting?
How about you tell that to your ex-girlfriend? And by the way, it wasn't just a slap. She slapped me twice. Why am I suddenly the bad person? I hate to make our guests wait, but I think they'd give me a break if they knew what happened.
Do you really think that there's a point in telling her? She's still in love with me. She can't help but be jealous. She must have come to the venue knowing that she would have to have a showdown with you. You gotta hand it to her, she has guts. But too bad for her. I'm already yours. Anyway, she just got a little bit jealous and slapped you, that's all. Let's just forget about it and get on with the ceremony. Come on, stop pouting and come back to the hall. Or just tell me where you are. I'll go and collect you.
Don't worry about that. I've already called my lawyer.
What? Why would you do that?
No way. You're actually asking me why? Because of you and your ex-girlfriend, that's why. I've had enough.
What are you talking about? Why would you have to call a lawyer? Let's calm down and talk about this first.
Don't make me laugh. It's already past the point where we can just talk this through. You don't care about how I feel about the situation. You're enjoying this. I want my lawyer to help us deal with this. We can make plans to meet all together someday. Right now, though, I'm going to meet with her and explain the situation. You can stay in the hall if you'd like, but either way, the wedding is canceled. I'm not coming back.
What? What are you talking about? You can't just decide that without me. I'm really going to get angry if you keep on making stupid threats like that. Martha, are you listening to me? Hurry up and come back to the hall so that we can continue the ceremony. We're all waiting for you. You're just gonna annoy our guests if you don't hurry up.
Shut up, Adam. I'm not going to marry you. Accept that.
What? Did you just tell me to shut up?
So what if I did? You need to listen to what I'm saying. It seems like you don't understand how serious the situation is. So I'm going to explain it to you. Even before today, your ex-girlfriend was threatening me, sending me messages incessantly, and was already doing things that could be considered stalking. And today, she's finally crossed the line and assaulted me. Do you understand what that means?
Well, if you have to say it like that, then yeah, it sounds bad. But you really don't have to be that harsh. She really is in love with me, that's all. But she couldn't help it. You're just exaggerating.
Yeah, it sounds bad because it's a crime. And yet you think that I'm exaggerating. I'm talking with my lawyer right now and I'm going to show her this conversation, so maybe you should take care with what you say.
Yeah, you're exaggerating. You've called a lawyer. How dramatic can you get? Martha, why don't you just come back to the venue and let's talk about this? You don't need to bring your lawyer. We can talk about this without her. There's no need to go that far.
I don't know about you, but personally, I want a lawyer. This is assault, and now she's actually gone and hit me. Her threats are much more worrying. I don't want to just leave this problem undealt with and suffer something much worse down the line. I want to talk to someone who won't pass my worries off as me being dramatic.
Yeah, alright, I get why you want a lawyer, but are you serious about the wedding? You're going to cancel it?
Have you finally realized how serious this situation is? I hope you have, because that's how serious I am about canceling the wedding. I regret that we ended up wasting our guests' time, but it's over. From now on, I want my lawyer to be our middleman, so if you want to contact me, you'll have to do it through her. We'll have to talk about this face-to-face sometime, so I'd like you to bring your ex-girlfriend when we do. Of course, I plan on reporting this incident to the police, so you'll have to be prepared to be questioned, and don't think about lying to defend your ex. I've already asked my parents to check with the venue regarding their CCTV, and apparently they'd be happy to give us a copy.
What? Are you really going to cancel the wedding? I can't believe it! Your parents are starting to make an announcement, and you want to do this? I can still stop them. Wait, they're telling everyone what's happening. Martha, think about this. Are you sure you want to cancel this wedding? You can't undo this.
Of course I'm sure. Is there a problem? Because I can't think of a good enough reason to continue it. I'm going to cancel the wedding and I don't plan on rescheduling.
What are you talking about? You don't plan on rescheduling? Does that mean that you don't want to be married? Martha, are you out of your mind? Just because my ex-girlfriend did something stupid doesn't mean that you have to go this far. Why do I have to get punished by something she did on her own? Are you actually going to pretend that our marriage never happened? I don't get why you have to do that. You're going way too far. Martha, calm down and think about this. This isn't a dream and you can't undo this when you realize that you made a mistake. This is reality.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. You're the one that needs to calm down and look at what's going on a little more rationally. Of course I'd want to cancel our wedding if I'd been treated like this. I'm just glad that you didn't insist that we go to file our marriage certificate at the registers before we had the ceremony. Saves me the trouble of having to go through a divorce.
What? You haven't even gone through the registry office? I thought that you'd already given it a day before yesterday when we signed it.
No, I haven't. I never said that I would file it on the day either. I just kept it with me. I told you I had a bad feeling when I spoke to your ex-girlfriend, remember? You told me to forget about it, but I already decided that I wouldn't file it until I found out why.
What bad feeling? I don't remember you saying anything like that. You're just imagining things, so forget about it.
And I'm telling you, I did. The way you tried to steer me away from thinking about it then was suspicious too. Well, it turns out it wasn't just my imagination. I was right to doubt you. I thought I could forgive you for what you'd been doing, but being slapped by your ex-girlfriend actually helped to wake me up. Plus, you couldn't even stop smirking when it happened. You didn't try to stop her. You didn't try to defend me. You were too busy enjoying the drama of having two women fight over you. But it helped me realize that I was making a mistake to even marry you. I really don't know what I was thinking.
Why would you say that? I told you I'm sorry, okay? It's not even my fault. But I'm still being really sincere. The least that you could do is try and rethink canceling the wedding.
No, thank you. I'll stick with my decision and send you a bill for the wedding costs and compensation. Adam, you can think that I'm stupid. I already know that you've been cheating on me. This is completely your own fault. We're finished, and you're going to pay for it.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? You're going to ask for compensation and make me pay for the wedding alone? Even though you're the one that canceled it?
I canceled it because I can't marry a lying cheater like you. I'm going to demand the compensation I'm owed, and your affair led to the wedding being canceled, so you're going to cover the full costs. Don't even bother asking me if I'm sure. I'm not going to change my mind, and I'm not going to marry you. Why don't you enjoy the rest of your life with the woman you were cheating on me with? Oh wait, you were cheating on me with Rebecca, right? I'm sure you'll be very happy together since she can't accept you marrying anyone else, and you're happy to defend her actions. You'll be perfect for each other.
Wait a minute, so our relationship is actually over? You can't be serious! Please stop making weird threats, Martha. Why would I want to marry anyone else? I love you. I only love you. I don't want to break up. Please don't cancel the wedding. You don't have to go that far. The guests all have left, but we still have the ceremony. Ask your parents to get the priest to come back. Stop messing around, Martha. Let's get married and make each other happy. You're just overreacting.
You must be joking. I've already made up my mind. I'm not coming back to get married. Who would want to marry an asshole like you?
You're saying that I'm the asshole here? You're the one that suddenly decided to cancel the wedding without warning me.
Says the man that was cheating on me. You may have thought that you did a good job hiding your affair from me, but unfortunately you'll have to do a better job if you really don't want to get caught. Finding out about your affair was enough of a reason to want to cancel the wedding, but I thought I should give you a chance, and went on with it. For some stupid reason, I thought that once we were married, you would give it up and finally choose me. I thought that you'd stop playing around and treat me with more respect. When your ex-girlfriend hit me and you didn't do anything, I realized that you would never change. You're always going to be this self-interested, self-centered jerk. I can't imagine how things will go for you down the line if you continue to act like this. But why should I worry about you? It's none of my business anymore. I'm not marrying you, and that's final. We're over. All you can do from now on is talk about how we'll settle the compensation. I'd rather get it over and done with today, so let's talk. That's the only reason why I'm coming back to the venue.
Wait, Martha! This is all just your misunderstanding. I was never serious about Rebecca. It meant nothing. Please, Martha, tell everyone you made a mistake. My mom and friends are really angry. They're all sending me messages and they sound really pissed about me for the affair. Please, I'll tell you the truth. I'll explain why this all happened. Tell them you made a mistake.
I don't know where you're hiding, but you better come out soon. I want us to talk with my lawyer. I want to get the compensation and stuff sorted out as soon as possible so I don't ever have to talk to you ever again. No matter how much you explain, it won't change the fact that you were cheating on me and doesn't exempt you from taking responsibility for your behavior. It's all excuses anyway, right?
Rebecca's my ex-girlfriend, but that doesn't mean that I still have feelings for her. I would never choose her over you. She's in a lot of debt, so I never even thought about being in a long-term relationship with her, let alone marrying her, I swear. I didn't want her to get dependent on me, so I was trying to put more distance between us. but she was really persistent, so I couldn't help but go out with her when she asked me to. I was sleeping with her so that she wouldn't ask for any more. It wasn't anything serious. But then she started thinking that I was still in love with her and wouldn't let me end the affair when I asked her to. She just kept on asking when our next date would be, even though I tried to tell her that I couldn't see her anymore. I was planning on ending it before the wedding, but she wouldn't listen to me. I really had no choice. It's not my fault, Martha. You've gotta believe me. I tried.
Typical. That's the exact same excuse every other asshole on the face of the earth makes when they've had an affair. You try to make it out to be someone else's fault, but it's really all your own responsibility. The excuses you made are also pathetic. It's embarrassing. I'm shocked you have the nerve to say all that and think that I still want to be with you. It seems that you were hoping you could hide your affair and get married with me none the wiser. But now that I've dumped you, I guess your evil plans have exploded in your face. I almost pity you. I can't imagine how disappointed you must be to lose me. But I feel great knowing that I was able to avoid what could have become the worst mistake of my life.
Martha, please! I don't want to break up. I'll do anything to make it up to you, please. Some of our guests were colleagues from work, and some of them were my managers. If you do this, it'll affect my work life too. They all heard your parents' announcements, and they all told everyone at work too. It's gonna be really embarrassing for me to go back to work on Monday. Come on, you've got to tell them that it was a misunderstanding, or else it'll be really awkward when I see them all next. Please forgive me, and I'll take back the announcement if you come back to the menu. Let's call all the guests back and have the ceremony.
I don't think there's any point. Do you really think you'll have a job to go back to on Monday after this?
What? Why would I lose my job?
Didn't you know that the CEO of your company and I are related? Maybe I forgot to mention that.
No way, you're just messing with me, right?
Of course I'm being serious. Did you really think that the CEO of such a big company would take the time out of his busy work schedule just for a regular employee like you? I guess you must have thought that it was a matter of course for him to come all this way, considering how big your ego is, but that's not the case. He came because he found out from another relative that I was getting married. He even prepared a lovely wedding gift, but thanks to you, his sentiments were wasted on us.
Is that why he came? I didn't know, I swear!
You're the only one that didn't know. All of my relatives knew that you were working at his company and even mentioned it to him, you know? But now that I think about it, I think that might not have been a good idea, for your sake. Now he knows you work for him and that you ruined our wedding day with your affair. I think he'll be having a hard time at the office from now on.
What? Please don't leave me. Don't abandon me like this. If we don't get married, my entire life will be ruined. I'm sorry, please. I apologize properly this time. I'm seriously sorry. I won't meet her ever again, and I promise I'll make you happy.
It's too late to start apologizing sincerely now, and no apology will be enough to make me forgive you after everything you've done. Goodbye, you piece of crap. You'd better hurry up and come out from wherever you're hiding so we can talk about how much you owe me. In the end, the wedding ceremony that Martha and her entire family had been looking forward to became a discussion between Martha, her lawyer, and Adam. Some of Martha's angered family were also onlookers to the meeting, and for Adam there was no way to escape the living hell of insults and reprimands he got. On top of that, the colleagues that had been invited to the wedding all ended up spreading rumors about what Adam had done. So Adam returned to the office the next Monday to find that the atmosphere was icy cold. Nobody could believe how selfish he had been, and all the colleagues he had gotten on so well with up until now would no longer speak to him after hearing about his attitude towards his fiancée. For better or for worse, the CEO decided to have Adam demoted, and he was sent to work in a branch office in another part of the country. Adam had no choice but to accept the transferal if he wanted to keep his job, especially since he had only just been ordered by court to pay Martha compensation. He also had to reimburse her for the wedding fees, as well as pay the venue the cancel fee. By the time he moved states, he was already deep in debt. Thanks to everything that had happened, he was struggling mentally, but it was nothing in comparison to the way Martha had suffered when she found out about his affair. Adam finally realized how stupid he had been and what he had lost when it occurred to him that all he had left was a dependent and possessive lover that was drowning in just as much debt as he was. People say that we only know the true value of something once it's been lost. It seems Adam finally learned that lesson the hard way when he failed to appreciate Martha. His realization came far too late, but he's only got himself to blame.
Hey, I kind of have something important that I want to talk about with you real quick.
Oh, what is it? Is it going to take long? If it's about increasing your allowance, I'm most definitely not going to do that for you. If anything, I was planning on reducing and cutting back on your allowance starting next month. Definitely not going to raise it.
Yeah, that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about with you. Actually, I was planning on potentially quitting my job here. I have a lot of reasons, but...
What? What are you talking about? You really are going to quit? Does that mean you're going to be unemployed? You won't have a job? You're already in your 40s, you realize that, right? What are you planning on doing after you quit your job? Do you have something in mind?
Well, I was planning on starting my own business, you know? I think I told you before about this whole business thing. I've always wanted to start my own restaurant and run it ever since I was young.
What? Are you serious? You really need to stop fooling around like that and work a real job, like the one you have right now. How could you be so silly to daydream like that? I'm honestly kind of appalled. You're not young anymore. You have a family. You realize that. Just give up on your hopes and dreams, okay?
We got married really early in my life when I should have been experiencing life. We even had our first child. I've been working hard ever since then with no complaints to make sure that our family stays happy and safe. But Janice is already legal now and has already found a place to work, you know? She's over with college and everything. We've already saved up quite a bit of savings and everything here on out. Like, we don't need to worry about it anymore. I feel that if we wanted to do something, now would be the perfect time to do.
Okay, yeah. Very great joke. You're seriously such a little joker, aren't you? So I'm gonna need you to work real hard and work late today to make sure that you bring in that money for us, okay?
I actually wanted to talk about this last week, but I never really had the chance to do that. So, to be frank with you, I already quit work today. I put in my resignation letter to my boss before I left. Sorry that I didn't tell you sooner, but I really couldn't figure out what the best timing was.
What? Are you serious right now? Tell me you're joking with me, right? I don't want to listen to your stupid little jokes anymore. I'm not going along with any of this crap. If it's a prank, you need to stop right now.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but this isn't a joke or a prank. I was seriously thinking about everything that I wanted to do and my goals, and this was a conclusion that I ended up at.
You're lying. Tell me that you're lying to me, and this is all just made up. Tell me that you didn't honestly just quit your job that you've been working so hard at age 45. You're telling me that you're jobless starting today. You're a NEET.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm jobless. But don't worry, baby. I got it all figured out. I'm not just doing this with nothing planned out ahead.
I'm not going to accept this. I'm not okay with any of this going on right now. I will not forgive you for this. I want you to get your job back.
I mean, you say you don't forgive me or to go get my job back, but I already quit my job, and I've been telling you time and time again that it'll be alright because I planned everything out. How about for once in the 20 years that we've been married, you trust me with what I'm doing for myself and my family?
I've made the worst mistake of my life spending my marriage with a man like you. You're the absolute worst. I'm seriously at a wit's end here. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. How are you going to take care of me with no job? What are you going to do? Love my purses into existence? Do you realize that we have our own daughter to take care of too? How could you?
Hey, okay, you need to calm down, Anna. A daughter that you keep bringing up has already found a place of employment. I don't have any job right now, but that doesn't mean that I have no source of passive income. I'm gonna be settling everything up so that we can keep living together comfortably, so don't worry. We can relax a little bit, okay?
How could I possibly not worry? You really expect me to relax? You piece of trash? You're the worst man that has ever come into my life. I don't need you anymore. You've used up your value to me.
What are you talking about? You don't need me anymore. That's taking it a little too far, don't you think? That's the way you treat me the second I tell you that I've resigned from my job? What the hell, Anna? I worked my ass off for over 20 years for this family to make sure that everyone is totally happy and safe. I've never complained that my monthly allowance is only $1,000 a month, never. I've had almost no money for me to do anything for my hobbies. I've abandoned all of them. I have no intention of hearing you complain about my decisions after I worked this hard to keep this going.
Yeah, you're useless considering you have no job. You're unemployed, which means that you're going to be living all alone from now on. I'm going to be talking to Janice about all of this, you understand? I'm sure that she's going to have the same opinion as me, but we'll see.
I'll tell her, don't worry. I plan on telling her tonight anyway. Where'd you go, sweetie? How come no one's at the house right now? It's literally empty. Where are you, Janice? And do you know where Mom is right now?
I'm going to be staying with Mom tonight. We're not going to be with you. I heard from Mom you were apparently fired, right? What a loser.
Fired? I wasn't fired at all. What are you talking about? I literally resigned of my own free will. What is Mom talking about? I turned in my resignation papers the day I left.
Oh, come on now. Now you're just being picky. It's all the same thing. How could you possibly make yourself unemployed at that age? You're literally 45. You realize that your 22-year-old daughter has a job, right? She's employed? Are you some kind of idiot? What's wrong with you?
You really need to watch your mouth. You shouldn't be calling your own father stupid. You need to watch what you say before you say it.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. I'll say what I want when I want.
What do you mean? What has gotten into you?
You're not my father or even family to me. You're just gone. I can't possibly think that a piece of trash like you is my own father. There's no way.
You're really going to go that far? You don't want to stop at all? Look at you and your mother doing the same thing. Just cutting me loose as soon as you realize I don't have a job and I'm trying to pursue my dreams.
I mean, let's be real. I've always considered you to be nothing more than an ATM for me to get money from. But you don't even work as an ATM from now on, so you're completely useless to me. I don't need you. You're just some rotten old man with no job, no money, and now you have no wife or daughter. Mom and I are going to be living with each other, and we're never going to live with you ever again, you rotten sack of shit.
What the hell has gotten into you? What are you talking about not living with me?
Has Mom really not texted you yet? She said she would. Anyway, we're both going to be staying somewhere else tonight where you aren't around. While we're over here having a great time, you make sure to pack your things up and leave. I want you and your stuff gone by tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying? You shitty, useless, rotten old man.
Janice, you seriously the same girl that I raised? My own flesh and blood? You're seriously taking all this too far. How could you say such things?
Taking it too far? I'm just telling you facts. If you think that's bullying, then that's your problem. I don't plan on meeting you from now on, so you better hurry up and get the hell out of our house. You're unwelcome now.
Are you two seriously planning on chasing me out of my home?
How about you talk about this kind of thing with Mom? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm seriously getting tired of talking to you, so yeah. You're going to be blocked. Goodbye, shitty ex-dad.
You're not gonna stop, I understand now. Thank you for being honest with me. I just got a message from Janice. We just spoke for a little. She was seriously taunting me to no end. She wouldn't let up. What are you talking about me getting fired for? I didn't get fired and you know it. What did I ever do to you for you to act like this? I don't deserve this kind of abuse.
I don't have any kind of use for some old guy in his mid-40s with no job. Do you really think that you have some kind of value? Tell me right now what you think you're worth.
What? What are you talking about, my worth?
Let me elaborate what I mean then. In a single word, money. You were only keeping us together and staying with you because you were keeping us with money. If you don't have any money, we aren't family, and I'm pretty sure that Janice has already told you about how she doesn't consider you to be family. I just think that you're a piece of shit with no use to me, Janice or society, really. That's what both of us think.
You're taking this way too far and saying way too much. Are you being serious right now? Or is this all some kind of terrible joke?
You have no idea how serious I'm being right now. I can't be more serious. Truth be told, I kind of just wish you would cease to exist entirely. I don't want you to ever be breathing the same air as I am. Oh, and just to be clear, I'm going to be living in that house with Janice. You will be leaving. Right now, you need to just focus on getting all of your stuff ready. I'm going to be going back to that house starting tomorrow, and I don't want to see you there. Understood?
Yeah, I can't believe what I'm reading. I thought you were just messing around with me to try to josh me or something, but you're actually being serious about all the crap that you've been saying. I've been working this hard and tirelessly to devote my life for the success and happiness of this family. I'm glad to know that's what you thought of me right now, to be honest with you. I'll play by your rules then. I'll leave the house as soon as possible. It doesn't look like I'll be able to have a nice life if I try to stay around you two anyway.
So you finally figured it out, huh? You finally understand. Apparently you really didn't understand what your value was to this family and why exactly you were around with us at all. Did you really feel like you had any value around us when you quit your job? I mean, seriously, how? Janice is saying that she'll live with me too, so make sure that we get the divorce rolling because I want you to get the hell out of the house ASAP.
All right, sounds good. You guys stay safe and healthy.
You better not show your face around us anymore.
I'll listen to you and give you what you want. I'll leave the house just like you said. I don't think I'll ever see either of you ever again, but thank you for everything that you two have given me up until now. I had a lot of nice memories. You guys take care.
Hey Jay, long time no talk, huh? It's been a minute. So, are you able to see me sometime? Maybe meet up for some coffee? I'm reaching out to you again because I want to live with you and everyone else again. Let's all live together again.
Excuse me, who am I talking to right now? Who is this?
What are you talking about, you silly goose? We're all family, remember? Janice is saying that she wants to see you too. She should be texting you soon. Come on, let's all live together again. I'm sure you've missed us too, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and answer that with a cold hard no. What the hell are you talking about anyway, Anna? Have you completely lost your mind? We've gotten divorced. We're complete strangers right now. Do you understand? We're not family or friends. What exactly you're suddenly coming out and texting me for? Why are you really messaging me and wanting to live with me?
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. We're not completely strangers. We were married for over 20 years, and we're husband and wife for that time, too. You can't say that your own daughter is also some random stranger, right?
You and Janice are both guilty of wanting to chase me out of the house. I didn't want to, but you two chased me away. Why do I have to start caring about you two now? After all that you two have done to me? To me, you two are complete strangers. I don't know you, and I don't want to be involved in your lives.
You don't understand how difficult things have been over here for Janice and I. Are you sure that we can't live together anymore? Can I maybe change how you feel about that?
I don't care what kind of terrible tragedy is going on to the world's shittiest mom and daughter. It has nothing to do with me. Literally zip, nada, good luck.
We don't have anything to do with each other. Oh, come on now. Don't be saying mean things like that. I heard that your business was a huge success, right? It really took off.
Oh, you saw the TV program, did you?
I was actually incredibly surprised. You caught me off guard. I didn't think that I'd ever see you like this again. I really expected to see you some other way. I was so proud to see you, though. You were so incredible and amazing.
I did incredible things with my business, you're right. It took off. I became a restaurant owner that is so crazy successful that I even have my own TV cooking show now. I'm sure you saw the interview that CNN had on me, right? That's why I decided to reach out to me and see if you could get back together with me, right? It's clear as day that you're only in it for the money. I mean, could you make it any more obvious? You're such a wretched woman. I really don't believe how I could have married such a gold digger to begin with.
Why would you say such things like that? Come on. Don't be so rude. And so what if we were after the money? Is that really that bad of a thing? Besides, the whole reason that we divorced was because you decided to quit your job and be unemployed. I thought that you wouldn't have any form of income. That's why I had to split up with you. If If you had money, then it was a waste to divorce you. I shouldn't have divorced you at all. What's wrong with wanting to live with you again? That's right, there's literally nothing you can say to explain how it's wrong.
The fact that you're sitting here bragging about how you want to live with me again really baffles me. How could you sit here proud like that? Let me rephrase what you're asking me. You want me to become your personal ATM, right? That's what you're saying. Let me just tell you right now, I have zero intention of being your ATM. If you don't have anything else for me, I'm gonna be leaving now. Please don't contact me again.
Please, just hear me out. Don't just leave me. I'm begging you. Hear me out. I thought that everything would be fine because Janice had a job and everything would be fine. But then she said that she didn't really like the workplace environment. She quit like 3 days later. Now she's just kind of holed up in her room and won't come out.
She's a shut-in, huh? It's gotta be pretty tough for everyone involved.
Right? You're worried now, right? You should be.
I mean, considering how aggressive she is, I'm sure she's not making it any easier on herself or anyone that wants to help her out either, right?
Wait, what?
That all should be solved on her own. I shouldn't have to help her out. She's already legal. You should be able to handle her own decisions and figure out her own things. There's nothing that I can do anymore. I've got nothing to do with you. You guys are the one that cut me off. I didn't want to at first, but you forced my hand, remember? Or did you forget?
But the circumstances are a little bit different now, aren't they? It's not the same as they were before. It's not my fault that Janice hasn't been able to keep her job. She's just like how you were before, unemployed. We don't have any income. Neither one of us do, you understand? What the hell are we supposed to do from here on out? Tell me. Even if we have the house, we can't survive with no money or income. It's just not possible.
If Janice isn't gonna work at all, how about you decide to pick up the slack and start working yourself? You're still in your early 40s, you can literally do anything. At least any kind of part-time job.
I can't work right now, are you kidding me? I haven't worked for over 20 years, it's too late for me. Also, you remember what little savings I had? The little amount that we were able to save up and manage to keep during the divorce? Janice used all of it up and even started taking out loans to pay for her stupid online games. She kept opening boxes or something. I don't know.
I see. I didn't realize how far she'd fallen. It sounds like you're gonna be having a pretty hard time living with her, huh? I mean, to be honest with you, I think you two deserve each other. And everything you've got coming your way. You guys just figure it out amongst yourselves, okay? I'll be focusing on my own work.
But then I'll have to work. I won't be able to do nothing all day while cashing in on someone else's hard work. I need to get back with you and you need to get back with me, Jay. If we do, then we can just live together and everything's solved. You'll be happy and I'll be happy living off of you too. Why wouldn't you do that for me, Jay? Come on. You always just shut up and listen to everything I've told you to do. Just do this one more time and everything will be fine.
I've been listening to everything you've ever had to tell me for over 20 years. I never complained. I don't know how many times I've counted that I worked so hard, and yet I only got about $100 a month for money that I can spend freely. I always kept it to myself without complaining, though, because I thought that was what was best for my family at the time. I listened to everything you've had to say and always prioritized your directions. I even obeyed your orders for when you wanted me to leave the house. I didn't fight it. The house that I bought taking out a loan, I made sure to change the title of the house to your name, and I gave you everything, Anna. I mean, that may be true, but what more do you want from me, Anna? What else can you squeeze out of me? I'm gonna live my own life from now on and not worry about anything else. I'm just gonna focus and do me. You should also focus on your own decisions and come to terms instead of being regretful of everything. We're completely done with each other, do you understand? There is no us anymore. I hope you understand that. The sooner you figure it out, the better. Don't contact me again.
How could you push me away like that and be so cold? Why are you being so mean? You're so rich that you shouldn't have to worry about it. Just reach out and save me. Come on. You don't understand the difficulties we're going through because we're taking a bunch of loans out. They're constantly coming to us for payments. Aren't you worried about your lovely ladies?
I don't really care what you're asking me. My answer is always gonna be a resounding no. I think that I've done more than enough for you two for 20 years. I really don't need to do anything more for you guys. And like I keep saying, you guys were the ones that wanted to get me to leave, remember? I didn't say anything about leaving. If you can't come back and say anything to me when I'm spitting cold hard facts, how about you just calm down and come to terms with the fact that you just need to give up?
But I don't want to do any work.
Oh, and by the way, just so you know, I already have someone I'm seeing. So I'm not available or up for grabs at the moment.
What? Someone you're seeing? Like a girlfriend?
Yeah, so sorry to break it to you, but my private life and my professional life are both going extremely well. There was a reason I was waiting for over 20 years to do this. I think it's all worth it now. I get to wake up and go to my dream job and live my life however I like to live my life. There's really nothing more I'd like to ask for. I've literally got everything I'd ever hoped for.
You're really that happy? I don't believe you.
Janice has grown up and she's legal now. I have no obligation to give her any kind of advice or child support. I don't even have any kind of legal obligation to talk or otherwise be around you two works of art. Do you finally understand me, Anna? I'm not interested in you. You just have to live your own life and do your own thing because no one will help you or come to rescue you.
Are you seriously going to just abandon us like that, Jay? I'm so sorry, Jay. Please forgive me. We used to be such a lovely family. Come on. What are you talking about with a girlfriend? I'm sure she's just fun, right? You can't just be cutting us all away like that. That's the worst thing you can do to us.
What are you talking about? Why, you're acting like you're in some kind of drama or something. You literally did whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted for the past 20 years, using my money. But the second I quit my job, you cut me off like some kind of tumor being removed. Just remember that all of this was brought on by yourself. It has nothing to do with what I did to you.
I'm sorry, I promise that I won't do that again. I really don't want to work, and I really didn't expect you to be so successful, you know? I just felt like you were some useless, jobless slob. Please save me. Don't abandon me, Jay.
I'm gonna say no one more time. Stop making me repeat myself. How about you just try to live on your own for once, huh? You must be so glad that Janice decided to live with you.
Anna really didn't expect things to turn out the way they did when she reached back out to him. She was dumped and rejected immediately. She probably didn't expect him to cut her out of his life like that. Anna didn't feel like she wanted to work, and they eventually ran completely out of all their savings. They were drowning in debt, so she ended up working in a factory to make ends meet. Jay, on the other hand, ran his extremely successful restaurant business, and his luck didn't seem to run out at all. He was actually scheduled to get remarried to an ex-model. She was extremely beautiful. All of the tough things that he had to put up with through his life paid off. He finally started to feel like he was alive again. Anna saw him being successful on TV and kept messaging him every time she saw him doing better than before. She must have felt really in the wrong for everything and been upset about the fact that she couldn't have him as her man. She brought all of this on herself. Talk about revenge as a dish best served cold.
Hey, Sarah, I heard you're living in our house. You got some damn nerve to do that.
Oh, hi, Gabby. Yes, but you should think that this is not your house anymore.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you think that you own this place or something? You only paid a little for the renovation. Are you serious?
Did you not hear anything from your mother?
About what?
The current situation.
I don't need to hear anything because I know that you just want to run through my parents' fortune, right?
What fortune? I've never heard or seen that ever in my life.
You are so conceited, you know? I feel so bad for my mom because she is tolerating with your harassment. Since I'm going home, I will not let you do that, you hear me?
Coming home?
Yes, I decided to have a baby there.
Where?
At my parents' house. Are you stupid?
Where are you going to stay? This is not your house.
Enough is enough! That is my parents' house and mine, okay? Do you think that my house is yours just because you live there? This might be the reason that Paul is fed up with you.
What are you talking about?
If you keep on acting this way, you can get kicked out.
This is my house, so there's no way I'm going to get kicked out.
Oh, wow. You're so confident. I wonder if you can keep that confidence until I go home tomorrow.
What, you're gonna stay here?
It's my house, so of course.
Until when?
Why should I tell you? Well, what I know is I'm going to relax for a while after giving birth.
I have no problem with you coming tomorrow, but please talk to your family because you can't stay here for a long time.
Who the fuck are you? You should be grateful that you're able to stay at my house.
And I've been telling you that it's my house now. You probably don't believe me, so talk to your parents, okay? I heard that Gabby is coming home tomorrow. What's up with that? You didn't tell her anything, did you?
Oh yeah, she did say something about coming home to give birth. I just remembered. Looks like things are not going well between her and her husband, too. I feel bad for her.
Why are you talking like it's someone else's business? There's no way she can come here and live forever. I want you and your parents to get ready to leave because you understand that you can only live here until the end of the month, right?
Oh, about that, can you think about it again?
What?
This is our house, you know. Isn't it rude to kick us out? You should think about it a little more and then decide.
Don't you understand that you're here because of what you've done? Why don't you find your own place to live?
You don't need to be pissed off, you know.
Anyways, she can only stay here 3 days max. Talk to her while you're here, and don't decide to negotiate with me because I won't.
Hey, where's my lunch? Can you prepare it before you go to work next time? You're such a useless piece of shit.
I'm at work right now. When are you staying at my house until? You're going to leave tomorrow, right? Did you talk to your family?
What? Leave? I told you I came home to give birth. I will treat you like a housekeeper because your shitty attitude and all the trouble you caused.
Didn't I tell you that this is my house now, so you can't stay here? I even told Paul you could only stay for 3 days.
I didn't hear anything from him. Anyways, I will not listen to whatever you say because I'm your sister-in-law and the daughter of this house. If you can't listen to me, I will kick you out.
Are you threatening me? Do you think that you can kick me out?
Of course I can! This is my house!
How many times do I need to tell you that it isn't?
I have a higher status in this house, so don't even try to argue with me, okay?
Don't act like you've won or something by threatening me. Why don't you listen to what I need to say?
Do you want me to tell Paul to divorce you? I can do that, you know.
Excuse me?
Anyways, you will be my housekeeper, okay? If you decide to argue with me, I will kick you out and tell Paul to divorce you.
We are divorced already, actually.
What?
We divorced 3 months ago.
Oh, you guys divorced? So is that why you're living in my house? You've got nowhere to go, right? Get the fuck out!
Please shut up and listen to me, okay? This house is mine and not your parents'. I am the owner, but since you don't believe me, ask your parents.
I don't need to ask because I know you're lying to me.
I'm telling you the truth. We started living together because your parents failed in their investment and became broke and couldn't pay the mortgage, so they changed the owner name to mine. So that's why you guys have a place to stay.
What? Failed an investment?
Yes. The reason I renovated the house was because I was trying to increase the value of the house with plans to sell or live by myself in the future, so it wasn't for your parents to begin with, because they didn't even pay a penny.
Why did they rely on you, though? Wait, what will happen to Paul then?
He works part-time at a 7-Eleven, so I think he doesn't have money. I mean, he does, but since he was cheating on me, maybe he used all of it on her.
What? He was cheating on you?
Yeah. That's why I divorced him.
I didn't know that you guys got divorced. I'm shocked.
You're shocked because you will not be able to use the divorce as a threat, right? Also, the fact that the person who you call a housekeeper is the owner of the house, right? Anyways, going back to the story about my house. I'm paying off the mortgage now, so if you want this house, you need to pay me, okay?
What? You're making us pay?
Of course! I own the house! I know that your parents paid the mortgage in the beginning, but I've been paying it for a while now. And even then, the owner name has changed to mine, so... Do you think you can still stay here?
So we really need to leave this house?
Yes! Your whole family. They promised to leave at the end of the month, so why don't you guys find a house?
What? You're seriously going to kick all of us out?
Yes, I am.
I can't even afford a house with only Paul's salary.
You can just go home to your husband's house, you know.
I can't because I was kicked out.
Oh, so it is true. Your husband sent me your belongings and divorce papers, which I thought was weird, so I called him, and he said he caught you cheating, so he doesn't need you anymore.
What? You checked without my permission?
Hey, it came to my house, and I just called the number that was on the package. I told him that I divorced Paul for the same reason, and he was really sick of you two. I was too, actually.
Shut up! That's none of your business!
Yep, exactly. So that's why I don't want anything to do with you, so please leave. I'm asking you nicely.
Where would we go? My parents are going to help me give birth!
Don't decide to come crying to me, okay? We're total strangers now.
Why are you so mean all of a sudden?
Me? Don't you think that you're the mean one? You decide to come home not knowing anything and calling me a housekeeper.
I just misunderstood. Can't you at least say thank you to me, though? I was nice to you and took care of you.
No one in your family took care of me, so whatever you say, I will say no. Don't think that I will help you.
I will apologize for Paul. So, can you give me the house?
Sure.
Really? Wow, that was easy. Did you understand me? I can be your friend if you want to.
The house will probably cost a few $1,000,000, so please buy it with that price. If that's okay with you, I can lower the price, but I don't think that it will be possible because no one will take out a loan. Plus, you guys have no savings. If you want to earn that much money, why not become a housekeeper? Not mine, but someone else's. I don't think you can handle it, though. I kicked all of them out of the house and was able to sell the house. Paul and Gabby's mom had to pay the alimony for the infidelity, and now they live in an old rusty apartment and are living a shitty life. On the other hand, I'm living my best life since I have money from selling the house. It's very clear that when you treat others like crap, it will always come back to you.
Did I hear that once again you failed another one of your interviews? I'm starting to see a trend here that's going to lead to you becoming a nobody. You really are a useless woman. But I guess you never chose to move on to college or anything higher than high school. So we all knew from the start that you weren't going to be getting anywhere.
I'm sorry that I never went anywhere after high school, but it's not because of that I'm having such a hard time right now finding a company that's willing to hire me. I just happen to want to go down a different path than other women, and that's why it'll be more difficult for me to find work that I want. I feel that if I don't get the kind of work that I want, then I'll never be able to take that kind of work seriously.
Huh? What are you rambling on about? I know that it's due to you never making it out with a college degree that nobody wants to hire you. We are a family of elite bankers, and we're all getting pretty close to kicking you out of the family for your repeated failures. I've already talked a lot of this over with Mom, but could you possibly stop coming back home to us now?
What? What are you talking about, Joyce?
We are already planning to take all your things that are still in this house and throwing them away for you. So don't even bother coming back here. Go out into the world and take care of yourself, you trash.
Wait, but asking me to do that out of left field is way too soon, right? I do want to get out of the house just as much as all of you want me to, but saying that you're already going to be throwing my things out and kicking me out so soon is too fast.
We're not going to be throwing away your things, though.
Huh?
After all your failed attempts to become someone more than just a loser in this family, you and all your things are like garbage. And garbage has to be thrown out. So we'll make sure that the trash gets taken out right away. Therefore, you are now on your own with no family left to support you. Goodbye now, you filthy mess.
I've always felt that all of you have been terrible for people I call family, but I never expected you all to take things this far. Kicking me out of the house just like that, it's crazy.
And don't even bother trying to come back to us ever again. But even if you do still feel as though you'll find a way back into the family, know that we'll have the lock changed and you'll never be able to come back into the house. Ha! I'll even make sure to let all of our neighbors know that you're not welcome here anymore and to call the police if they ever see you around our house. Consider this your one and only warning. Ha!
You're going even further with all this now? When are you guys going to stop with this nonsense? Don't you guys even feel a bit of sadness that you're doing this to your own family right now? I have dealt with you all this whole time, even with all the hate you throw my way. But I guess this is where I should draw the line because I seriously never thought a day like this would come so soon.
Well, this is all because of you, right? We are a family of highly praised bankers. Yet you never bothered trying to make anything of yourself. You never gave it your all in education, and you never tried when it came to finding a job. So there's no other choice than this. You couldn't even do the one thing that this family is known for, and that's being good with money.
But I never wanted to be a banker or have anything to do with money. I had tried working for a bank when I graduated high school, but it wasn't for me, and I chose to go down a different path than all of you did. But because of that, you and the rest of the family call me a failure, even though I have been doing just fine following my dream.
Say whatever the heck you'd like. We've all decided to have you kicked out of this house. So don't try coming back, or you'll only make life worse for yourself. Now, goodbye forever, you pile of garbage. Ha! And I'm never going to even think of you as my sister from now on.
Wait, Joyce, are you actually wanting to go through with all of this? Can you guys at least give me my things to take with me? Throwing all of those things away is not okay, please.
I'm beyond surprised. I never actually thought today would be the day that I'd be seeing you again after all these years, especially at a place like here.
I'm just as surprised as you are about this. But what really shocked me was the way you began to freak out when you saw me and screamed to have me thrown out at once, which, of course, people followed through with.
Where did you end up hearing that I'd be having my wedding today? I bet after hearing about me finding a man of my own, you became jealous and wanted to find your way into here. Well, I never wanted to see you again after we kicked you out of the family a long time ago. You pile of garbage, ha ha ha.
So even after 12 years have gone by, you're still going to call me a pile of garbage? I was sure that you would have changed after such a long time of having never seen me, but I was wrong.
Oh, why did you come here today? Even Mom is upset after having to see you again after so long. And she wants to know just as much as I do why you came all the way here to see us. I seriously do not ever remember sending you any sort of invitation to my special day, so why have you made your way in here uninvited? Did you think you could make up with us again?
That was never my reason for coming today. And I never knew that this was going to be your wedding either.
Really? I can tell that you're lying to me right now. If you never knew that today was going to be the day of your sister's wedding, then why did you come here all dressed up like you were trying to impress us and get back into the family? I'm sorry, but clothing like that is still not going to meet our family's standards.
I'm very well aware that both you and Mom are never going to let go of all the hate you have for me. But unlike the future you saw me having, I have not become a failure, and if anything, I've come out on top. And having to hear from you today that you wanted me to leave your wedding without even giving me the chance to retort, you've confirmed to me that both you and Mom are hopeless.
Oh, come on now, Alice. We know better than to let you talk to us after how much you'd fallen. Tell me, have you actually come out on top of us after all these years? Are you working for the banks now as a banker yourself?
I'm not a banker.
Well, then that confirms to all of us that you are a failure and will never climb out of that pit you dug yourself into. Ha! So, now, tell me why you had to come back into our lives like that on my biggest day. Could this all have something to do with you losing all your money and wanting us to hand some over to you? We all told you long ago that we have no use for someone who never graduated with a college degree and who never became a banker like the rest of us. And I never remember sending any failures an invitation to my wedding today.
So you have no clue about me then?
Huh? What else is there to know about you?
I did not come to this wedding today to celebrate you or ask for your money. I'm here at this wedding today because the groom of the wedding today, your husband, is one of my employees. I came as his CEO to show support for him on his special day.
Huh? You're his CEO. Why are you starting to spew complete nonsense at me now like that?
As far as I'm aware, the man you are having this wedding with today, Ethan, is working for me within my company. But I never once thought that the woman he'd be getting married to today would be my long-lost sister from so long ago. Well, I understand everything now and can begin to see how all of this happened. He did tell me a little while back that he'd be getting married to someone who works for the bank.
Why are you calling him Ethan like you know him? There's no way him and you are close enough to where you actually know him that well. Tell me the real reason as to why you know the name of my husband.
And I've been explaining to you the reason why for the past couple of minutes now. But for some reason, you're not willing to accept anything I've told you thus far, huh? Well, I don't ask that you understand everything I'm explaining to you, but please know that this is all the truth.
Wait, then you actually are his CEO? You're actually telling me that you are my husband's boss?
You could call me his boss, but I'm the CEO of the company he works for. And there's a few people between him and I when it comes to who his bosses really are. I can see now why all of you guys were in such a panic today when you saw me. I bet you never actually thought that the woman you called a failure so long ago and kicked out of the house with all her things would turn into someone who has their own company and has hired your husband.
I bet you're nothing in reality. There is no way in hell you've actually become a CEO after we kicked you out. Well, at least I thought there was no way in hell. Are you really a CEO now?
I really am. You're being a jerk right now acting like that about me, Joyce. I'll have to talk with Ethan about all of this soon so that he has better understanding of what all he's gotten into.
Huh? What do you plan to tell him about?
Well, I had planned to come to his wedding today as he wanted me to introduce myself as his CEO to his family and friends. But you've gone and kicked me out of there before I even had a chance to explain things. I have once again been kicked out by both my mom and sister after they both started yelling at me and calling me a pile of garbage and a failure. So I have no desire to come back to your guys' wedding now. I'll have to tell Ethan about this so that he's aware I'll no longer be around to introduce myself to anyone.
Aw, crap. He did tell me that today everyone would get to meet his CEO, but I never assumed they'd be you. When he showed me the name of his CEO, she had the same first name as you, but the last name was different.
It's been over a decade now since we last talked. It wouldn't be crazy for me to have gotten married in that time frame and changed my last name, right?
You got married. In other words, you're saying that you got married to someone before I did?
It's been a little over 5 years now since I had my wedding. And it was 10 years ago that I started my little company. And within the past decade, it's grown exponentially to where I now have a few offices outside the city. Ethan has been working for me for a very long time now, at least 7 years, I believe. And he's even on track to being promoted into a far better position after his wedding.
Hey, Alice, I'm not sure if what all you're saying is 100% true or not, but can you promise me that you won't say anything necessary to Ethan about this today?
What about this would be necessary to him?
I don't want him thinking that the whole reason his CEO couldn't come today to introduce herself to everyone was because of me. Go and tell him that you couldn't make it to the wedding because you feel sick or something like that, okay? I don't even believe you when you say you're his CEO, but this is all just to be on the safe side of things. So, if you really are, then do as I've asked, and I promise not to get any more upset with you. You understand what I'm asking from you, right?
What kind of person do you think I am? You're asking me to do all that for you, even though you've always looked down on me and hurt me in multiple ways? Funny how much the tables turn when you realize that I'm not the one in a deep hole that I can't get out of, but rather, you are. Let me just say this. No matter how hard you try to talk me out of telling him, it's too late. I bet when your husband, Ethan, hears about all of this, he's going to explode on you.
Why would he end up being that upset with me? Stop talking to me about my husband like you know him better than me.
Did you know that he never graduated with a college degree either? And that the only reason he has a job right now is because I gave him a chance back then? He's just like me in a way, coming from a past where nobody respected him, and now he's going to learn that you never respected me for that same reason.
What? Ethan never graduated from college? Oh.
It's crazy to think that after how much you bullied me for never graduating from a college, you managed to find someone to make your husband who was in the same boat as me.
Well, who cares if he graduated with a degree or not after high school? He's still very young and has a lot of time ahead of him to make lots of money with that brain of his. I know for a fact that he'll never have to worry about finding work in his life because he has the perfect job right now.
But the one that gave him that perfect job happened to be me, the person you bullied long ago for not having a degree. Well, I did manage to go to technical school after that, so you could say I am certified in the work I do. I happen to have the brains and ability, though, where I can succeed in life just like everyone else, without having a degree in anything. I wonder what Ethan will think, though, when he finds out that you bullied someone like him so much and kicked her out of your own family for never going to college.
Wait, stop that. I told you not to tell him anything unnecessary. He'll start to think that I'm some sort of monster for thinking and acting like that.
Sorry. I just told him about all of that.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Seems that, by the way, he's responded to me. He's in disbelief about you right now.
No freaking way, Alice. We are supposed to start the wedding really soon here, and now my man is getting pissed off. And he's telling me right now that he never thought of me as being such a disgraceful human. I'm in a panic right now, Alice.
Well, you starting to panic about all of this isn't going to change the fact that you screwed up. And I think Ethan has the right to know the real kind of woman you are before he gets any further with you in this wedding. If you were going to make it any further with your antics today without him noticing, then his reaction would only be worse than it is now come the time he realizes the real you. I know this must hurt a lot to have happened now, but I think it'd be best if you gave up now.
What do you mean you think it's best for me to give up now? What the hell do you think I should be giving up on? Hold on, this is not good. It looks like Ethan is asking for this whole wedding to be canceled now.
I knew something like that would happen. But I have to say, I agree with what he's thinking. I know that you're both already married now, but I'm sure that he doesn't want things to go any further with you now that he's heard everything. Next, he'll probably be asking for a divorce.
Huh? Why are you thinking that the worst outcomes are going to happen to us? I do not want him to leave me. I'd finally found myself a man that has a good job and can bring in all the money I need. But now I have to live with the news that he's been working for you this whole time. What the hell is up with all of that?
As far as I'm aware, you're the only one that should be considered the mess-up in all of this.
But you're the one that should have never been able to become the CEO of any company. How the hell have you pulled off such a lie that you were able to get even my husband to believe you?
I told you that none of this is a lie, Joyce. You heard everything from Ethan himself now, right? So you should understand that everything I've said is the truth. I am the CEO of the company he works for, and I always will be, whether you want to believe that fact to be true or not. And that's why at this moment, Ethan is very upset with you. His idea of the person you are was wrong. Someone like you that acts like a bully and thinks that those who never graduated from college are trash don't deserve to become happy. Now you and Mom get lost and fix your ways of thinking.
Even if you do tell us to leave and change, this was the day that I had been dreaming of having for so long now. I was about to have a really good man as my husband. But now you're saying that things with him won't work out? Are you telling me that he no longer loves me?
It's not about whether he loves you or not anymore, but that he's been blown away by the monster he's learned you are. I'm sure anyone would be acting the way he is now after learning the person they love is a disgraceful woman.
But seeing that he trusts you more than he trusts me, don't tell me that you've been planning on something like this happening for the past 12 years now.
What about this would I have planned for?
You knew that he was going to marry me, and that's why you decided to employ him. All so that you could get your revenge on me, right?
There's no way that'd be the case. How selfish can you be, Joyce? Seriously. I told you already that he's been working for me in this for a very long time now. So would you stop trying to make things about this worse by selfishly changing the story to make you the victim?
So then this is all just happening by coincidence only.
We live in a pretty small world. I didn't believe that I'd be running back into you ever again either, after you all kicked me out of the house. But I'm sure that after today, you and I really will never have to run into one another again.
I just want us to go back to cutting ties with one another. But if I do that now and leave all of this mess as it is, then Ethan's going to end up leaving me as well. This is all your freaking fault. I'm supposed to be your big sister, right? So you can do something to save me from losing my husband and my wedding. Do something about this right now. Hurry up.
There's nothing I can do nor want to do to help you. Everything that happens from now on regarding your marriage to Ethan has no relation to me. All I did today was tell Ethan about the person you are and about how your actions have affected me in the past as well as today. But he's the only one that can choose what to do with all of that information, not me. I'm sorry that you never learned to give up on treating me like garbage after 12 years, but this is what happens to rotten people. But maybe now that everything is affecting you personally, you'll start to learn from all of this and change for the better. Now, good luck with that and everything else that's going to ruin your life.
Wait, please, Alice. Please get Ethan to understand me and continue with the wedding. You're his CEO after all, so he'll have to listen to you, right?
Well, if he's going to listen to me, then I'll ask him to cancel this wedding and get as far away from you as possible. Having to be married with you for the rest of his life would be the worst thing to ever happen to him, and I don't want that.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Now, can you stop replying to me about all of this? You're being a pain in my butt. Goodbye forever now, you pile of garbage. Must really burn to be a failure in a family filled with elite bankers. Maybe you can go bring Mom along with you as you go burn in hell. In the end, Alice went and told pretty much everything to Ethan about his wife and how she views people that never went to college. And because of that new information to him, he ended up canceling the wedding and getting a divorce from Joyce. Ethan has always been very thankful of everything Alice had given him with the job, and so his love for Joyce died within seconds of hearing the truth. And as for Joyce and her mother, the family learned about what they'd done to Alice by kicking her out of the wedding and were just as pissed at them as Ethan was. Joyce would then lose her job within her family's bank and would go on to be the family's new failure.
Excuse me, is anybody there? Is this Robbie's wife's phone number? Huh? Robbie? Are you Melissa? I was wondering if you could help me out. I really want you to hurry up and divorce Robbie. I'm tired of waiting. What are you talking about? I don't even know who you are. I'm Robbie's girlfriend, soon to be bride. As soon as you hurry up and divorce him, we can't get married yet because you're still in the way. Robbie says that we can't get married yet because he's stuck with an old woman like you, even though he's always saying that he's already sick and tired of you because you're so old. He really loves me. So I think we deserve to be together, but because of you, we can't. Don't you feel even a little sorry for getting in our way? If you do, then I'd be really, really grateful if you would just disappear. And to be honest, I pity you for having to stay with a husband that doesn't even love you anymore. So it's really for your own sake, too. It'll be better for you and for us if you just get the divorce over and done with. Trust me.
That's a rude way to introduce yourself. By Robbie, do you mean my husband Robert? He hates being called by a nickname.
Yeah, but he loves it when I call him Robbie. It just shows you how differently he feels about me. Anyway, I need you to hurry up and divorce him. I want to marry Robbie as soon as possible so that I can live in your beautiful mansion. I can't live there unless I'm married to Robbie, and I can't marry him until you divorce him. So, would you get out of my way already? I've been waiting for months for Robbie to ask you for a divorce, and he's been telling me that he's been looking for the right timing, but I'm already sick of waiting. I want to live in that house as soon as possible, so can you make things easier for all of us and just leave? Pretty please? Can you tell me what your name is first? My name is Amelia. It would be great to get to know you, but unfortunately, I'm not interested. I'm only interested in your house and your husband. Why do you need to know my name? Listen, Amelia, can we talk first? I get the feeling from the way you talk that you're pretty young. Can I ask how old you are? Oh, I know, because I am young. Much, much younger than you. But don't worry, I'm not a minor. I've just turned 20 this year. What? You're 20 years old? I'm young, right? You must be so jealous. Don't you think it would be amazing if I could live in a house as great as yours at this age? I wouldn't have to think about paying any loans or stuff like that. Plus, Robbie's gonna be the next CEO at his company, right? I'll never have to work a day in my life. He'll take care of me and we'll live happily ever after. I'll be living the dream, like a celebrity once I marry Robbie. Do you even know how old Robbie is? Are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life with a man that could be your father? Of course I know how old he is. He's 43, right? He's a little older, but that's no problem. I'm going to be able to live easy for the rest of my life. It's so worth it. I want to brag to all my friends about it, so could you chop with the divorce? Oh, it's just one shock after another. Oh, I can't believe he was actually cheating on me. But it's hilarious that you assume that it's gonna go that well. What are you talking about? What's so hilarious? Don't worry. You'll find out later. But I'm warning you. You're going to regret marrying him. I feel bad for you. You've been tricked by a man twice your age. You're still so young. I'm sure you could find someone much better for you, you know? Trust me, it might be better for you to give up on Robbie before it's too late. Before you end up biting off more than you can chew. Thank you, but I'm really mature for my age, so I think I can handle your husband pretty well. And I know what I want. I want to hurry up and get married so that I don't have to work. You get me on that point, right? That's the main reason why anyone gets married, really. No. I think there are a lot of other more important reasons, like love. But why should I care about why you want to marry Robbie? More importantly, you should think this through a bit more carefully. This is your life we're talking about. How about your parents? What do they think about this? Have you told them that you're planning on marrying a man that you've been having an affair with? Oh my god! You are so much more annoying than Robbie told me! Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you can treat me like a child, you know? Who cares about what my parents think? This is my life. I'll do whatever I want and get whatever I want, no matter what it takes. So I'm telling you nicely. Will you please get out of my future husband's house, you boring old woman? It's simple, really. You just have to get some divorce papers and sign on the dotted line. So, would you hurry it up, or do you need someone to help you down the stairs? All right, I'll think about the divorce. After finding out that he's been cheating on me and saying all these things behind my back, I don't feel like I can live with him anymore anyway. But in order to get the divorce over and done with quickly, I'll need your cooperation for some things. If you really want to marry him as soon as possible, I suggest you help me out. What? Ugh, it sounds like a pain, but fine. What do you want me to do? Can you send me all the things I list in the message below? Did you forget that it's my birthday today?
I asked you this morning if you could come home earlier, and you said you would, remember? Where are you? I told you that I had some things I wanted to tell you over dinner. I get that you had to work overtime a lot these last few months, but can't you at least make it home for my birthday?
Oh, it was your birthday? I completely forgot. To be honest, I don't even care anymore. I don't have anything to say to you. But I do have a surprise for you. It's a present for your 45th birthday.
What? Really? I told you you didn't have to get me anything. I thought I made it clear that I didn't want anything from you.
It's really no problem. It didn't cost me anything. You'll really be surprised when you hear what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction. For your birthday, I'm going to be giving you back your maiden name.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've already filed the divorce papers and we're officially divorced. In other words, your present is your maiden name. Now, this may be really sudden, but I'm planning on getting remarried to this girl that I've fallen in love with. She's much younger and prettier than you, so I'm going to be a very happy man. I don't need you anymore, so I'm changing you out for a newer model. Which means that you'll have to leave my house. You're in the way of me and my new wife's happy life, so get out.
Seriously? You've already given in the divorce papers on my birthday? I have to praise you for how bold you are. I can't believe you'd actually file the papers without telling me.
What's so hard to believe? You can't think that you actually stand any chance of winning against a younger, better-looking girl. Of course I'd want to leave you after you got this old. I can't even see you as a woman anymore. You look nothing like you used to. Now you're 45 years old. You don't even count as a woman. You don't have any right to call yourself a woman anymore. Women are only women if they're young and beautiful.
Did you know? Humans all age. There is no such thing as eternal youth. People can try and avoid looking older for as long as possible using all sorts of makeup and things nowadays, but you have to embrace the age you've become. I hear that the woman you're planning to marry is still 20, but in 20 years, she'll be 42. She's going to age as well, and I don't even know what she looks like now, but she's not going to look the same, that's for sure. Do you understand that? What are you going to do then? Find another woman that's half your age? But I wonder if any woman that young with any self-respect will want a 60-year-old grandpa that thinks like you do.
Huh? Why do you know how old she is? How do you know about her? This is the first time I've mentioned her to you.
Do you realize you're currently 43 years old? You're already an old man yourself. Aren't you embarrassed to have laid hands on a girl that could be your daughter and tricked her into marrying you?
I haven't tricked her into anything. We're in love, and age doesn't matter when it comes to love. But it was clearly a mistake for me having to marry an older woman like you. Over the years, you've lost all the youth and beauty that you used to have. Such a shame. I used to think that older women were great, but looking back, I was an idiot. There's nothing good about them at all. No matter how you look at it, younger women are much, much better. In every single way.
You're going to regret this if you think that choosing women based on their age and looks is a good idea. If you choose someone for their looks, you'll find out soon enough that they've only chosen you for something equally superficial as well. But it's not like that matters to me at all. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. You'll have to learn your lesson the hard way. I was shocked to hear that you'd filed the divorce papers without telling me, but I guess it doesn't make any difference when and how they're filed. It's not like I wanted us to stay together anyway. But now that it's been made final, you can't come begging me for help when something happens. You'll have to deal with everything by yourself.
Why would I have any problems? I'm going to marry a woman that's 20 years old. Things are going to be much better from now on. I can't take living with an old woman like you anymore. Would you hurry up and just get out? You can go live in a care home for the elderly or something.
You're kicking me out? Really? You can look down on me all you want, but I'm warning you. Things aren't going to work out the way you're expecting them to. Haven't you realized that you're misunderstood about something very important?
What are you talking about? I'm not misunderstood about anything. We're divorced, so I'm taking my home for me and my new wife. If you're at home, then you should just hurry up and get all your things before I get home, or I'll have to throw it all in the trash. Are you trying to buy our time so you can convince me to take you back? Because I'm afraid that is not happening. I'm looking forward to my new life. There's no way I'd want someone like you. You're just gonna embarrass yourself if you start begging, so I guess that you should just give up and accept reality. You lost, now get out!
You're the one that's embarrassing himself. Do you know who this house belongs to? I'm surprised you didn't think about that before you promised your girlfriend that you'd be living here together.
Alright, I understand that this is all really sudden for you, and you're having a hard time accepting that this is happening. You don't want to let go of me because you still love me, but there's no point in trying to get me back. I've already thought all of this through. Personally, I think I'm a genius for coming up with this plan. With the snap of my fingers, you've become the divorced old woman that lost everything she had to a younger woman. And I'm going to be taking everything from you. I'll be living in a mansion with my new young wife, and before long I'll take over as CEO of my company. I have that life that everyone dreams of, but only a few can actually fulfill. Life really is strange, don't you think? To think that it can change so much in just a few hours.
Why are you getting all philosophical? You're not going to get any of that. If anyone's life is going to change for the worse, it's yours.
No, don't be like that, Melissa. I'm sorry that I turned your 45th birthday into the day that you got divorced, but it's really not my fault. That's just how life works. You have to understand anyone would choose a younger woman over a 45-year-old hag if they had the chance. So for the last time, will you please get out of my house?
Fine. If that's what you want, I wish you all the happiness with your new wife.
Finally, I was wondering when you'd give in and accept that you're just not good enough.
I'm glad you seem so delighted, but things aren't going to work out that easily. To be honest, I'm extremely happy that things have worked out in my favor.
I don't understand. Why are you so happy? How is any of this in your favor? You're not working and you don't have any savings of your own. How are you going to make it without me? You've lost everything. You should be a little more worried about what you're gonna do from now on. Or are you still just so shocked that you don't even know what to do? Not like it matters to me. I don't have to bother myself with an old woman like you anymore. I'm gonna go and live a happy life from now on with my beloved new wife.
Yes, I hope you are very happy together, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. Though, I wonder if she'll be happy to promise that.
Why do you have to say it like that? If you have something to say, then why don't you just come out and say it? There's no need to be sarcastic.
Well, I already asked you earlier, but let me ask you again. Do you know whose name this house is under?
What do you mean?
You seem really excited about being able to divorce me and spend your new marriage living in this house. But do you even know who this house belongs to? You don't, so let me make it easier for you to understand. This house is under my name. So, would you please hurry up and remove your things before I throw them out in the trash?
Hey, wait a minute, your house? What are you talking about? Are you delusional or something? There's no way it could be your house. You don't even have a job. How could you be the owner of this house? It's impossible. Don't you understand something as simple as that? You really must be desperate to do anything to keep a hold of the house since you don't even get work. Well, I've got bad news for you. It's not yours, so get out. Do you understand? Get out!
You can insult me all you like, but it's the truth. It's my house. You're not being serious, are you? I won't let you say that you didn't know that it wasn't my property. Don't you remember just how much you actually owe me and my family? You do know who bought this house, don't you?
Oh crap, I just remembered. It was your dad.
Exactly. You didn't even try to keep up with the monthly payments to my dad, making excuses about how things were tight with money, and I believed you too. But now I know about your girlfriend and all the things you were up to behind my back. I know now that was a lie too. You just weren't bothered to pay my dad back and had been practically living in this lovely house for free. This property was bought for us by my dad. In other words, we're only living here because my dad allowed us to stay in this house. He was kind enough to give you leeway and time to pay him back, but you literally cheated your way out of it. Well, since I'm his daughter, the contract states that the property is in my name, so it's my right to tell you to get out.
Yeah, that may be true, but you don't need this house, do you? Especially not a house this big. It's a waste for you to live here by yourself, and I doubt you'll find anyone who will want to marry an old woman like you, so you really will be living here by yourself until you die. You should give it to me, since I'll be living here with my new wife. We'll put it to good use. I have a right to it too. I've been living here for over 10 years. You should just give it to me.
No, I refuse to let you take my house from me. I'm keeping it.
Why won't you let me have it? I won't ask for anything else. You can think of it as a settlement, yeah.
Why should I have to give it up to you? I have no obligation to give you anything. You're the one that was cheating on me and filed the divorce papers without warning me. You're the one that owes me compensation and should be settling alimony payments. Trust me when I say that I will be taking this to court to make sure I get everything I deserve after all the years I've supported you. I am not at fault at all in this situation, so why should I give you my house after everything you've taken from me? You must be stupid if you think that you're owed anything. Go ahead and ask anyone you know if I'm the one that's being difficult. I'm pretty sure that they'll all agree with me that you're the one that should be handing over anything and everything you have.
So, what, you're seriously going to kick me out of the house?
I'm certainly not going to let you live here with me anymore. That girlfriend of yours seemed to be more interested in the house and the lifestyle you were promising her rather than you yourself. So I'm looking forward to what will happen when she finds out that you won't be living here after you get married. But I imagine that you won't even have the chance to get your tux on before she runs away. The second you tell her that this house doesn't belong to you, she'll lose all interest and go hunting for her next prey. Too bad for you. I really do pity you.
What did you just say? There's no way that'll happen. In that case, I don't even need the house. Even if we can't live in this mansion, Amelia and I still love each other. We'll be happy no matter where we live. She loves me for who I am, not for what I can give her. Besides, I have money, so I can always just buy another house if that's what Amelia wants. I'll get her a better house, and have an interior designer set up the house exactly the way that she wants it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make her happier than giving her a house that's already been lived in by an old woman like you.
Is that so? All right, do your best. I hope everything goes the way you imagine it will, though I highly doubt it.
I don't need you to cheer me on. I can easily make Amelia happy.
Really? Even if you don't have a job? Do you really think you can buy a house without a stable income?
What? What are you talking about? I already have a job, but I don't have to worry about my salary.
Oh, you do right now. But I imagine that it'll be hard for a 43-year-old man to find a new job in a completely different profession to the one you've been working in up until now. I wonder if you really will be able to get enough income to buy something as expensive and high maintenance as a house. I think that's a bit worrying.
What are you on about? Why would I have to get a new job? I don't plan on resigning from my current position. I'm going to be the next CEO. Why would I resign and give up such a great chance to be at the top of my company?
It looks like you've conveniently forgotten that you got that job in the company thanks to me introducing you to my dad. He managed to get you a position because he owned the company. It wasn't because you passed the interview on your own merit, you know.
What? So what? Well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose the job I have now.
No, it means there's no reason to keep you on. You're going to get fired. So how do you plan on buying a house?
What are you talking about? Of course they can't fire me. They need me. They need someone to take over the business. Your dad's already retired and they don't have any other candidates. So I'm going to become the next CEO. Why would they risk running the business ashore just by getting rid of the person who's supposed to be in charge next?
You got this job thanks to your connections. Nothing will change that. Even after he retired, he got you that job. He can still remove you from that position. He was one of the founding members of the company, so he still has more than enough power and influence over the decisions made in the company. It'll be easy for him to get rid of an employee that will, if anything, be the cause of ruining the company's reputation if it's found out that you were having an affair. I've already notified him of everything, including the fact that you were cheating on me, and he's not pleased at all.
You didn't. You told him?
It looks like you're gonna get fired after all, so I suggest you refrain from doing anything irresponsible like buying a house when you don't have enough money to do so.
Stop messing around, Melissa. Am I really going to get fired? They can't actually do that, can they? What's going to happen to me? Your dad can't still have that much influence. It's already been years since he's retired, and the current board wouldn't get rid of me that easily. It was decided when I started working at that company that I would be employed to one day become the CEO when I was ready. They can't just take that away from me.
That was only because you were my husband and happened to have experience in this field of work. But even if you don't become CEO, my little brother's waiting in the wings to take over. And think about it. Why do you think you still haven't become the CEO after all these years of working for the company? It's because they haven't yet decided that you're ready to take over. I guess you got lazy once you thought that you would one day automatically become CEO and haven't been putting any effort into your work. As for me, I've been helping out with managing the real estate my dad's been purchasing, so I actually do have my own income. I've been doing what I can to help the family business in my own way. But you're the only one who hasn't been pulling his own weight, and you have the gall to think that this company needs you? Don't make me laugh. My brother's experience in this profession is much less than yours, but he's showing a lot more promise. I'm sure he'll make a great CEO.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that's going to become CEO, not your incompetent little brother. You seriously can't be telling me that I'm going to be kicked out of my own home and my company. Is this all your revenge because I filed the divorce papers without telling you? Because this is going too far. Did you forget that I've been taking care of you this entire time that we've been together? But this is how you repay me? Don't you understand the concept of separating on good terms? Because you've completely wrecked it.
I've been thinking about divorce since before you brought it up to me a few days ago. I know the reason why now, but I had been bothered by how distant you'd been these last few months. I had a feeling that we wouldn't last for any longer, and I wanted us to part as friends. That was until your girlfriend messaged me.
What? Amelia contacted you? When?
The evening you told me you wanted a divorce. It seems she hadn't heard from you that you had already given me the divorce papers and started insisting that I hurry up and let you go. Apparently, she had taken a look at your contacts and took my phone number down when you weren't looking. I had accepted internally that the divorce was because we had grown apart over the years, so I was shocked when I had found out that you had been cheating on me, and with a 20-year-old. If I didn't know about Amelia, maybe I would have been much more willing to end this marriage on good terms, but not anymore. I'm going to take what I can from this divorce, because all you've done is take advantage of my dad and I, and then humiliated me by choosing some gold digger over me. There's no going back now.
What do you mean there's no going back?
I mean, you've already filed the divorce papers, so the battle has already begun. And thanks to Amelia's cooperation, I have proof of your affair.
What? You have proof? What did she send you?
Photographs of the two of you together. Definitive evidence of your relationship, which will come in handy when we go to court. She even sent me screenshots of your disgusting conversations online. I don't know if it's because she wanted to prove how much more you love her than you love me, but she sent me everything I asked her for. Strangely, it makes it difficult for me to actually hate her. I just pity how stupidly naive she is. That must be why it was so easy for you to deceive her into thinking that you could give her everything. It's a shame that she is going to waste her precious 20s with a piece of crap like you. She should run away as fast as she possibly can. I did warn her, but all she would talk about was the house and all the brand items she was going to get you to buy her. It was very obvious that the material wealth she'd gain was all she was thinking about.
You're lying. Amelia loves me. You're just jealous because I've found true love. You don't even understand that what we have together is real.
Grow up, Robert. Take a good look at reality. She's only with you because she thinks that you're going to be living in this house and believes that you're going to be CEO. Anyway, I've already warned you, so what you do with that information is up to you. I'll give you your divorce, but I'm going to take what I can in compensation and alimony. I've already hired a lawyer and shown them the proof that I got from Amelia. They say it looks very promising and assure me that we'll have a winning chance in court. That's actually what I wanted to talk about today. But you still haven't come home, so it's fine. You don't have to come back.
Really? I didn't know that. I would have come home sooner if I knew that you wanted to talk about the divorce.
Well, I didn't expect you to file the divorce papers without telling me. But to be honest, it probably worked out better this way. If you had realized what would happen to the house and your job before you filed them, you probably would have made a fuss and refused to go through with it. You actually saved me a lot of trouble for once. Oh, before I forget, I should probably warn you that if you're thinking about getting a job in the same profession, it's not gonna work. You'll have to start over in a completely different field.
What? You're not even going to give me a chance to find another job?
Thanks to my dad, it'll be impossible for you to pass any interview at any business that has connection to my dad's company.
You can't be serious. You're already taking everything from me in the divorce, and now you're going to ruin my prospects of getting a job? I've been working in this profession for over 15 years, since before I married you. And I spent the last few years working in your dad's company because they needed me. What am I supposed to do from now on?
How should I know? Maybe you should have worked a little harder even after you were promised the position of CEO. And maybe if you weren't so irresponsible with your payments to my dad, and if you hadn't cheated on me, none of this would have ever happened. You're just going to have to start from square one and find a job in a completely different field. Good luck.
Good luck? Don't talk to me as though this has nothing to do with you. This is all your fault. You're the reason why my life is falling apart right now. You can change everything if you just tell my dad to give me my job back.
My fault? Do you really believe that? If you do, then it just shows that there's no hope for you. It's all your own responsibility. Even if I didn't find out about you cheating on me, your passive attitude towards work was reason enough for my dad to want you out of his company. But it is true that the affair was the final straw. My dad would have never let you get away with cheating on me. In the end, it was because you couldn't control your girlfriend and stop her from bragging to me. If you really wanted us to divorce on good terms, you should have kept her on a short leash. Or rather, you should have kept yourself on a short leash and not cheated on me in the first place, you dumbass. I don't even want to look at your face, so don't come back here. If you want your stuff, I'll have it all sent to your girlfriend's place. Don't ever show up here again. If you want something, go through my lawyer.
Wait, Melissa, please! Are you really being serious? You're just saying all this to scare me, right? I learned my lesson. I was wrong, it was completely my fault. I'll never do anything to betray you ever again, so please don't kick me out. I still love you after all. The thing I had with Amelia was just a fling. I mean, come on, I was never actually in love with her. Of course I'd never be able to love anyone other than you. Please.
I thought that you said you'd found true love. It's funny how quickly you changed your mind. But too bad. I'm not interested in getting back together just so you can take advantage of me and my dad again. I won't ask you to pay for the house. So please pay up in compensation. I hope you enjoy the rest of your life with your young, pretty little girlfriend. Though I doubt a girl like her will stick around for much longer if you're an old, homeless, and unemployed. After speaking to her father about her husband's affair, and informing him that Robert had forgotten about how he owed them for his job in his home, Melissa's father had Robert removed from his company, and made it known to his associates that he didn't recommend Robert for employment. That made it difficult for Robert to find any jobs in the same profession, and he had nowhere to turn after Melissa changed the locks on their front door. He would really have to start from square one in a field that he was unfamiliar with, and it would probably be a while before he would be earning enough to buy his own house. let alone a house that would please Amelia. Amelia herself was still living at her parents' house, so she was furious when all his stuff was sent to her address. When she found out that she wouldn't be able to move out of her parents and live in a mansion, her lovey-dovey attitude towards Robert changed by 180 degrees, and she began to call him a dirty old man and told him to never call her again. Just like Melissa had anticipated, Robert was thrown away by Amelia in a matter of days, and he really was left with nothing. It seems that the true love he was talking about wasn't so true after all. In the end, he couldn't find another job, and when he went to ask his parents for help, they refused to help him, telling him that he had humiliated them by behaving so selfishly. He couldn't even ask them if he could stay with them, and really did end up becoming homeless. Apparently he's in despair after losing his home, wife, girlfriend, and his job, but he's only got himself to blame, since none of this would have ever happened if he had treated his wife with the respect she was due. Everything that happened to him was pure karma, so let's hope that he can reflect on his actions and do better in the future.
Were you at home all day long today?
I was. Is that a problem? Why are you asking me this anyway?
When are you gonna get yourself a job? You can't just lie around at home all the time. Don't you feel guilty for the fact that I'm the one paying for all your living expenses?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you should get a job and start earning your own money. You can't just live on my couch forever. I'm getting sick and tired of you wasting your time like this. I thought that if you were gonna spend all your time at home, you'd at least take care of all the housework, but you don't even get that done. What's wrong with you? What are you gonna do if I kick you out of the house? Where would you live?
What the hell are you talking about? I work, you idiot. I've been working from home before we got married. And I'm still doing the same job.
You told me that before, but what does working from home mean anyway? Doesn't that just mean that you're unemployed? Do you think that you're a security guard protecting our house or something?
You're not making any sense to me right now. And no, I don't consider myself to be a security guard. Besides, we don't have anything valuable in our house.
What do you mean by that? I have a lot of things at home that are valuable to me. Don't talk about my house that way. You should be grateful that I'm letting you live with me. I commute to work every day, which means that you're using up all the electricity, gas, and water at home.
I may be using more electricity, gas, and water than you, but how is that relevant?
Don't you think it's unfair that I'm paying the utility costs?
What are you saying? You're being ridiculous.
I mean it when I say that I'll kick you out of here if you don't get a job.
Can you calm down, Sean? You're completely delirious. How are you going to pay the rent if you kick me out of the house? Do you really understand the position you're putting yourself into?
If you move out, I'll have a richer life, because then I wouldn't have to continue paying for all your living expenses. And I won't need to be demotivated by the fact that you're lazing around on my couch. I won't need to put up with all your mood swings either. It'd be great for me. I'd be thrilled if you decided to move out.
Do you hear yourself? You're being totally crazy. Didn't you hear me when I said that I'm employed and that I've been doing the same job for many years now? There are lots of people like me that work from home. I'm a full-time employee, you know. My company gives me the liberty to work from home. I'm also enrolled in social insurance. I mean, you're the one that's financially dependent on me, so how can you act so bossy around me?
What the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense to me either.
I'm not surprised that you don't seem to get it. You only seem to see things the way that you want to see it. You're in complete denial. That's why I take care of the things that you're not good at, and I never complained. I supported you when you said that you're going to quit your job and start your own business. You failed miserably, but I never blamed you for any of it. And now you're just a part-timer.
Don't make it sound like I have a pathetic job. I'm simply a contracted employee who works flexible hours, yeah. And I plan on becoming a full-time employee soon. I'm not gonna let you put me down like this.
I'm not putting you down, I'm simply stating the facts. If you're gonna pressure me to work harder, you should do the same. I work longer hours than you, so I don't understand why you seem to think that I need to do all the housework on my own. If you're going to help out around the house more, I might be able to get a better job and I wouldn't mind commuting to work either. As long as I have a computer, I can get my work done from anywhere.
I don't think we're on the same page here. We want different things in life. I want a divorce.
What the hell, Sean? Where is this coming from?
I said I want a divorce. Didn't you get it the first time around? I don't want to spend any more money on you. I want you to move out of my house. You're not cooperative and you make me do all the work. I should have married someone more considerate than you.
How could you say such terrible things to me? You have no idea how hard I work to keep you happy.
Do you really believe that? Because I always felt that it was the other way around. I commute to work every day and work really hard, and you stay at home all the time pretending to be someone important when you're not. It's my house and you should treat me with more respect.
Your name may be on the documents, but that's all.
What's your point? Either way, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm leaving you. If you're willing to work harder, though, I may be able to reconsider my decision. Although I doubt that there's anyone out there that's willing to hire you.
I'd like to say the same thing right back at you.
Shut up, you don't even know what you're talking about! This is the end of our conversation. You know how I feel, so if you want me to not leave you, you better work for it.
Whatever, Sean, you only earn $1,000 a month. Shouldn't you be more worried about me leaving you? If I were you, I wouldn't make stupid threats against me. If you're going to act all self-righteous, I suggest you start earning more. If you apologize to me right now, I'm willing to forgive you. Actually, it'll depend on whether or not your apology is sincere or not.
It's your condescending behavior which really irritates me. I don't want to spend another minute being controlled by an unattractive woman like you. I'd rather leave you and remarry someone younger and more appreciative of me.
I see. So you're cheating on me then. That's why you want to kick me out of the house? That's so like you.
Why do you even care? I know that you don't love me anymore either. Look, I may not be making much money right now, but I was able to get a mortgage on this house when I was employed by my previous company, and if I spend wisely, I'll have no issues paying off my current salary. If you move out, I won't have to pay such a high amount for utility costs. If you're not going to contribute to the household, I want you to pack your things up and move out.
It'll only take a second for you to realize that you're making a big mistake by kicking me out. But I guess you're really sick of me then.
I am. Can't wait for you to move out.
You're so stupid that it makes me laugh. You're the only one that seems to think that I'm some unemployed loser. You clearly don't get it. You never do. And you have the audacity to cheat on me too. You're a clueless fool. Your lover may be young and pretty now, but looks fade. You're such a piece of shit. I can't believe I chose to marry you. I'm such an idiot.
Yes, you are. I'm the one who's saying all the right things here. You're the one that's making up all these lies about us when all you're doing is living off my hard-earned money. Who do you think is putting food on the table, you ungrateful bitch? I don't know why I even married you. It was the biggest mistake of my life.
Okay then, I get it now. You really do want a divorce, so I'll give in.
Really? You do that for me?
And I'll move out tonight after I finish work. Could you spend the night with your lover? I want the house to myself tonight. You won't need to see me anymore.
Why do you keep on pretending that you have a job? You can be honest about being unemployed now that we're getting divorced. But I'm glad that you didn't put up a fight. Well, it was nice knowing you, and good luck with your life.
Good luck to you too. I'm going to move out of the house like you asked me to, but I'm going to ask you to pay alimony for having an affair.
What the hell?
Today is the last time you'll be in touch with me. From the next time, we'll be communicating through my divorce lawyer. A divorce lawyer's not cheap, but I'd rather pay the money if it means that I don't have to deal with you directly. And my lawyer's really good. She's not going to let you get away without paying me any alimony.
Do you really need to involve a lawyer? Can't we settle this amicably? Besides, I don't think that you have the money to hire a lawyer. Shouldn't you use the money to find yourself a new place to live?
You don't have to worry about my finances. Now that I no longer have to aid you financially, I'll be just fine.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'm not going to be giving you any more of my money. Since you own our house, you'll need to start paying the mortgage in full after I move out. But I think you should get a new job because the mortgage payment plus utility costs will exceed your current salary. I guess that's not my problem, though.
I don't understand. What is this about?
You'll understand what I'm talking about after I move out. You wait and see. Goodbye, Sean. My divorce lawyer will be getting in touch with you soon. Say hello to your lover for me.
I got a notice saying that I didn't have enough funds to pay this month's rent. What the hell is going on here?
How is this my concern? It's your house after all. If you had put in enough money into your bank account, you wouldn't have had any problems in paying the rent. Why are you contacting me for something so trivial? I'm sure you could have figured this out on your own.
That is not why I messaged you. Did you steal money from me? It just doesn't make any sense.
Why in the world would I do such a thing? I have plenty of money on my own.
I had no issue paying rent up until now, until the minute that you moved out. There's an issue with my bank balance. Something fishy is going on here. I'm sure of it.
Don't you get it?
Get what?
First of all, I didn't steal any of your money, so you can calm down now. I mean, you don't make that much money. I wouldn't risk everything to steal such a small amount.
Are you saying that I'm not making enough money?
I was putting in $3,500 into your account monthly so that you could pay your mortgage. But now that I moved out, I stopped making those payments to you, so that's why there isn't enough money in your bank account. Do you finally understand how I've been supporting you all these years?
So you're saying that I don't make enough money to pay the mortgage on my own?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You only make $1,000 a month. And I knew that you'd try to blame this all on me again. You never want to take any responsibility for anything. How clueless are you? You need to grow up. I'm not going to take care of you anymore like before. We're divorced, remember? Why would you even think that $1,000 a month was enough money to pay the mortgage? You have no common sense.
I don't spend that much money, so I figured that my salary was enough to pay the mortgage.
I'm the one that paid for our food, and I prepared the meals too. And on top of that, I was paying you $3,500 a month. I was doing more than enough for you. You just never realized or appreciated my help. I mean, who do you think was paying for the car and insurance? You made me do everything, which is why you were completely oblivious to how much we were spending on everything.
I had no idea how much those things were costing us. I'm a little shocked to say the least. What am I supposed to do now? What happens if I can't pay the mortgage?
Why don't you ask your parents for help? You're not my problem anymore, Sean. Your parents are well off. I'm sure they'd be willing to help you out with your money problems.
I can't ask my parents for help. That'd be too embarrassing.
Well, who else are you going to ask? Just be honest with them about your current employment situation and marital status.
There's no way in hell that I'll be able to tell my parents about this. My parents think that I run a successful business. They'd be devastated if they knew that I'd failed and can't even pay my own mortgage.
Well, I think it's about time you told your parents the truth. They deserve to know. And you're the one that put me down all this time when I was the one who was supporting you. This is totally your own fault, and you need to do something about it on your own. Don't come crying to me for help. You seem to think that you were the one taking care of me, but actually it was the other way around. You're a real joke.
How did this happen to me? You barely work. How did you come up with all that money each month?
I'm a systems engineer and I make good money. I can do my job anywhere as long as I have a computer, which is probably why you thought that I was unemployed.
I still don't get it. None of this makes any sense to me.
I suppose. I don't know why I ever married you. It was the biggest mistake in my life. I'm glad that I got out when I did. I'm so over you. Have a nice life without me. I'm sure that you regret not taking better care of me when you had the chance. Well, it's too late now because we're officially divorced now. I'm going now.
Hold on a minute. You're gonna let me suffer by myself? Are you that cruel?
Well, you weren't very nice to me either, remember? And you cheated on me. You don't deserve my pity. Go crying to your beautiful young lover. But I'm sure that when she finds out what a loser you are, she's going to find herself a new lover. That's how young women usually are.
Melanie, I'm so sorry. I realize now how wrong I was. Please, just don't abandon me like this. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my mortgage payments. I need you.
You're an adult. I'm sure you'll figure it all out. Get a new job which pays you better. I'm so glad that we got divorced. I'm so excited to start my new life without you. Goodbye, loser. Sean tried to get Melanie to forgive him, but Melanie had no intention of helping him anymore. She'd had enough. Sean couldn't afford to pay the mortgage, and he asked his lover to chip in, but she left him after she found out that he was poor. He had no choice but to ask his parents for help, but then they told him to sell the house if he couldn't afford it. They didn't allow him to move back in with them, though, so he was completely on his own. So he ended up being homeless and lived a life of despair. Melanie wanted nothing more to do with Sean and completely cut all ties with him. Melanie continues to work hard and has a very successful career. She's very happy with her decision to divorce Sean and is now living a wonderful life on her own.
Amber! I told that old hag of yours to stay away from my wedding coming up soon. So can you make sure to tell her as well for me? Tell her that she will not be allowed into the wedding on the day of and that she needs to stay away from us so as not to cause any trouble.
What? When you say that old hag of mine, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about your mom being the old hag, and you should have known what I meant. Having her walk into my wedding all by herself with no partner walking beside her is just sad. So tell her to stay away. Simple as that. You are her daughter after all, so you should be fine with asking that of her for me.
Sandy? I'm sorry, but I have zero clue what you're talking about right now. Are you really telling me that you don't want my mom coming to my brother and your wedding?
I am telling you that. I shouldn't even have to be telling you this sort of stuff right now. You should already know that someone like her coming into my wedding would ruin the whole mood.
No, I don't know any good reason why her coming to your wedding would ruin the mood.
Why not? Being raised by a single mother is freaking embarrassing, right? And having her waltz into my wedding with nobody as her partner is so sad that I cannot allow it to happen when I'm about to show everyone my happiness. So tell her to stay away, please. Even your brother is embarrassed by her, so I'd like to keep her from coming in and ruining the whole wedding by making him and I beat red with anger and embarrassment. Just think about it with a level head and you can see why I'm asking this from you.
Why are you saying things like that? I actually respect my mom a lot for having to raise her kids all on her own. And the way you're talking about her so cruelly right now is making me a bit upset, so please stop that. I feel bad for my mom right now hearing things like this about her from you.
What? Are you an idiot as well, then?
Excuse me?
You just have to put a little thought into it and you'd understand what I'm saying. If your mom comes to my wedding, she's going to ruin everybody's time. And if she begins to piss me off coming in as a single and depressing mother like that, then what do you think will happen to my wedding?
Well, stop trying to think that just by having my mom at your wedding, she'd ruin everyone's mood and end your wedding.
If she ends up coming in and giving the wedding a rotten atmosphere, your brother's going to be just as upset as I will be. Are you telling me that you want both me and your brother to be upset and embarrassed on our very special day?
Does this mean that my brother is 100% on board with having my mom stay away from the wedding?
Him and I are a married couple now. Anything I say about the two of us automatically makes him on board with it.
Well, if that's what you think, then fine. But I highly doubt that he'd be okay with what you're saying about our mom right now. Both he and I think highly of our mom and would never want to do anything to disrespect her.
You're the least helpful little sister. Well, whatever, I guess. We'll handle your mom on our own then.
And how are you going to handle my mom then?
Don't you dare go telling your brother anything about this, okay? And if you don't want our wedding to end up going up in flames, then you stay out of what happens next between us and your mom.
Well, now you're starting to get me worried about what you're planning on doing. I don't plan to say anything necessarily to my brother about this, but you're not going to do anything unwarranted to my mom, right?
We are getting very close to our long-awaited wedding and are both very nervous as well as excited for the day. So I ask you to please stay quiet about what I said. Allow your brother and I to have our moment in peace without getting in the way.
I still am a bit lost on what's all going on here with you, but I have no plans of getting in the way of your wedding. But can you make sure to talk all of this through with my brother as well before you ask to have my mom stay away from your wedding? Mom, have you gotten any messages from Sandy recently?
Well, she told me not to come to her wedding a little while ago.
So she actually did go ahead and tell you all of that straight then. I can't believe her. Well, you don't really have to worry about what she said to you, okay? I really do think that there's no way on earth that Kai would allow you to be told to stay away from his wedding with no good reasoning.
Well, I hope you're right.
Huh? Why do you say it like that?
Well, I'm just saying that what Sandy has said about Kai agreeing with her might be correct. I'm sure to him he has no real use for me anymore as his mother, and if anything, I'm just an embarrassment to him now.
Why are you saying all of that stuff about yourself and him? There's just no way that he'd think of you that way now.
Well, I heard all of this from Kai himself.
What? You heard this from Kai himself?
He told me that after what he's been told by Sandy, it's probably best that I really don't come to their wedding. And then after that, he ended our conversation by telling me to just not come. And ever since then, I haven't heard anything from him, no matter how many times I try to call and text him.
What the heck? What is wrong with Kai? Does he not see how rude he's being to you right now? I'll go and talk with him then.
Please stop trying to talk any sense into those two for me, okay?
Why should I stop trying, though? There has to be something going on between Kai and Sandy that we don't know about, because there is just no way he'd actually mean something as cruel as that. I bet you she's trying to brainwash him right now, and that his response to you wasn't his own.
And I'm sure that there's some reason for Kai telling me not to come, but we can't go around trying to force ourselves into those two's decision. I will at least go out and try to help them prepare tomorrow, but if they really do not want me coming to the wedding or having anything to do with it, then I'm going to stop. It's my job as his mom to let him decide who comes and who doesn't come to his wedding.
All right, then. How about the both of us go tomorrow, then, to help them prepare? I want the both of us to hear the real reasoning behind their decision for having you stay away.
Hey, why did you and your mom come here? I thought I made myself very clear when I said that I didn't want your mom coming to my wedding. What the hell are you thinking coming into this place with your mom?
Well, I'm having a hard time believing that you actually had the nerve to tell my mom to stay away from this wedding.
Well, even if you've come here today, it's not going to help your guys' situation any. Your brother and I didn't prepare a seat for your mom here.
Huh? You actually overlooked preparing a seat for my mom? For Kai's mom?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And why would I have? I told you that she wasn't allowed in here, yet she chose to come anyway with you.
Even if you're my brother's fiancé, this is going way too far. Allow us to talk to him right now about all of this.
Right now, Kai is busy talking with other people at the moment and doesn't have time to waste with the two of you. That's the whole reason I'm being considerate of him and am giving up my time to handle his family ordeal. As I had said to you and your mom before, there is no seating for her. I'm going to have your mom kicked out of this wedding right now.
You are the worst, Sandy, saying things like that about my mom.
I'm in the right to be saying all of this about her. Having to be raised in a single-parent household is one of the most embarrassing things to happen to someone, and I don't want him to feel that embarrassment today. All your mom is doing by being here is causing problems, and I want her to go home.
Then the whole family is going to go home.
Huh?
I've had enough of this from you. My mom is done dealing with you, and so the two of us are going to do as you say and leave this wedding right now.
Huh? Hold on a second, Amber. Did I ever say that I want you going home from this wedding as well?
You don't have to say anything like that to me, because saying something like that to my amazing mom is enough to make me want to go. So if you still want her to leave this place, then I'm going to join her and see her home. And right now, we are talking with other members of the family about this as well as friends. Even my brother is saying that he's ready to go now after what you've said to my mom.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about when you say your brother says he will go home? Do you have any other brothers besides Kai that I've never been told about?
I do not. I only have one brother, and that would be Kai. And Kai is the one saying that he'll come home with us. The way you've been acting around us and speaking for him has been way too much for him to accept.
Now, you wait just a second. What are you actually saying right now? What? Are you telling me that you told Kai about all of this? That has to be a load of crap, right? I specifically told you to not tell him anything about this and that I'd handle things between us.
Well, I was finally able to talk with him in person, face to face. And when we started to talk to one another, I made sure to show him all the things you've been saying to our mom and I about not wanting her here.
Huh? You're showing our conversations to other people without asking for my permission first. What the hell happened to there being something called privacy in this world?
And what happened to the privacy that my brother deserves to have from you?
Huh?
You ended up taking his phone from him on multiple occasions and typing all sorts of replies to my mom using his phone, making her think that she was talking to him when it was really you. And in the end, you were the one that blocked her on his phone, right?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, but...
Come on now, Sandy. This is not the time to be laughing about that. You have very much shocked my brother with the way you've acted.
And so what? Why the hell did you tell all of this to Kai now? I swear, I told you very clearly to not get in the way of your brother and my happiness, and that includes this wedding today.
You think I was actually going to listen to you after what you said to me about not wanting my mom at her son's wedding?
Huh?
The way you've been acting around everyone has been completely screwed up, and my brother needed to know about what you were doing. And right now, he's in complete shock over what you'd done.
Huh? What are you trying to say I did that would surprise him so much? What did you actually say to my man that would make him start to doubt me? Why, Amber? Why would you do all this useless crap on the most important day of Kai's in my life?
This is all happening because of how you played your cards, Sandy. You kept thinking that you had the right to talk horribly about my mom and say that she was causing the two of you embarrassment. But it's because of my mom that you were able to meet such an amazing man as Kai. Because she worked her butt off for us, making sure we turned out as good people. What the hell does it matter to you that we have no father? You have no right to talk about my family like you have been, Sandy. Even if you have a problem with her being a single mother, my brother and I are both so thankful that we were raised by someone as warm-hearted and thoughtful as her.
Who gives a crap about all of that? Right now, things are going downhill for me. If I'm not able to have this wedding with Kai today, what am I going to do? Where the hell has he run off to right now?
Do you even have the ability to listen to what I say to you? I said just a second ago that not only my mom and I, but also Kai have all given up on you and are done here.
What do you mean given up on me and are done here, though?
I'm saying that we cannot forgive you for the way you've talked to us and the way you've acted around Kai. And it seems that he feels the same way and doesn't want to deal with you as his partner anymore.
Hold on. I just heard that Kai is telling everyone here that the wedding is canceled and to pack things up to head home. That has to be a sick joke or something, right?
No, you know very well that he is not the kind of person to joke about something like that, especially when he was so happy to get married today. If he's going around telling everyone that right now, then it's truly happening.
But him and I really did plan on having our wedding today, Amber.
I know that. And everyone else expected you both to have a wedding today as well. But if all your family and friends, as well as the groom, leave the wedding, then there's no way you can carry on with it, right? Unless you're going to have a one-man wedding today.
Why the hell would you say something like that now? How would I ever be able to have a wedding by myself? Why is all this happening to me now? This is all your fault, you jerk!
Huh? This is all my fault now? Why would any of this be because of me, Sandy?
I told you to stay out of all of this and not to get in the way of anything regarding my wedding with Kai today. But since you went ahead and opened your mouth to your brother about what's going on, this all happened. I never actually thought you'd be stupid enough to tell Kai about what I'd said and done.
Huh? You still have no clue what's going on here then?
What do I have no clue about, Amber?
The only thing everyone thought could never happen is the way you acted towards me and my family. You literally took my brother's phone from him without asking and blocked my mom's number on there so that she couldn't try and talk to him anymore. Is that something normal people do to their in-laws?
Well, when you say it like that, you make it seem like I have done something wrong.
That's because you have done something wrong. Plenty of things, actually. I myself am having a very hard time understanding why, after all that's happened, you're still having a hard time understanding why you've been in the wrong. Tell me, why have you done all of this to my mom and want to kick her out of the wedding?
Well, that's because I just don't want her to be here today, and so I want her gone.
Well, that's not giving us a clear reason, though. I want to know why you don't want her here and want her to go home. If your reason for all that is because she's a single mother, then maybe you shouldn't be marrying my brother in the first place. What kind of balls do you have to think that using that as a reason would be a good idea?
Well, listen, if your mom is single and can't find another man to marry, then in the future, Kai and I will have to take care of her when she's old and useless. And since he's the oldest, you won't have to worry about your mom, and all the responsibilities surrounding her will fall on us, right? So I've been trying my hardest to have the two of us cut ties with her sooner rather than later. I just assumed that by forcing her to not come to this wedding, that'd be enough to end things between us.
So your reason for all of this is due to your overbearing selfishness? Well, if that's it, then I guess there's no helping you now. You can talk the rest of this through with my brother.
Wait a second, Amber. If you don't stick around and help me, then my wedding is going to fall apart and I'll lose Kai. You and we're supposed to become sisters, right? Let's you and I grow close to one another and fix all of this. After what's happened to me today, I'll even forget about what I thought regarding your mom and allow her to come watch her son and I get married. And then after that, we can all become one big family, right?
After all you've done to us, you expect something like that to work out for you? No matter how you try and spin things now, we are never going to be your family.
Please do not say things like that right now. You're the only person that can help me right now in getting your brother to come back to me. Right. How about you go ahead and tell him to come back to me, and then after that we can forget any of this ever happened.
How about this, Sandy? How about you just forget about there ever being a chance of you becoming my brother's wife? And then we can end all of this right now. I'm so glad you went crazy just before the wedding, so that we could all see your true colors before the knot was really tied. If you and him really did get married today, then my family's future would have been in real danger. I'm really relieved to see that I won't become your sister-in-law after all. You must really be in a corner right now thinking we can all forget about what you've done, especially after what you did to my mom.
You really don't have to say things like that right now, Amber.
I believe it was you that really didn't have to say all of the things you said to my family before, but you did anyway. So what happens to you next has nothing to do with me, okay? You can go right along and talk with my brother about that and see where you'll end up.
I'm not even able to get a response from your mom now. I wonder if I can get any of them to come back here. I'm sure if they just listened to my reasoning behind all of this, they'd understand me.
The only reason for all this was you trying to save yourself from having to care for my family in the future. Well, look at that. You won't have to worry about us anymore because none of us plan to talk with you anymore.
But your mom is supposed to be a really kind person, right? She would never say goodbye to me forever over a simple mess up like this, right?
Well, my mom's saying that she could never see you becoming a part of her family after what happened today.
She said that? That considerate mom would say something like that about me?
Well, weren't you the one that had planned on throwing her away the moment you married my brother? Oh well, I guess. Seems like you're going to be the one getting thrown away now after everyone came around to understand your true intentions. My sincere condolences, Sandy. Really sucks that you were never able to have your special day today. But you are like the devil, so there was no reason for you to have a special day in the first place. Good luck with the next man you plan on roping in. Hopefully he has both a mom and a dad that he was raised by, so you don't have to go through a day like today ever again. In the end, the wedding that had been planned for that day was canceled almost immediately. And of course, the legal marriage that Sandy and Kai had with one another ended up going up in flames. And because of the embarrassment they were forced to endure regarding this event, both of Sandy's parents ended up leaving her to fend for herself and would later cut ties with her. Sandy was then left to pay all the cancellation fees for the wedding, as well as a settlement for what she'd done to Kai's mom. But because she didn't have the money for all of that, she tried to get Amber's help again. However, this time, Amber wasn't going to have any more of Sandy and blocked her within seconds, so that she'd never have to hear or see a word from her again. It really seems fair that after all Sandy had done to Kai's mother and sister, she'd end up with no wedding, no husband, and no parents. She did say she went through all that in order to not have to deal with a single mother-in-law in the future, but nobody's even sure if that was the true reasoning or if this was all done due to Sandy just being a crazy woman.
Did I hear that once again you failed another one of your interviews? I'm starting to see a trend here that's going to lead to you becoming a nobody. You really are a useless woman. But I guess you never chose to move on to college or anything higher than high school. So we all knew from the start that you weren't going to be getting anywhere.
I'm sorry that I never went anywhere after high school, but it's not because of that I'm having such a hard time right now finding a company that's willing to hire me. I just happen to want to go down a different path than other women, and that's why it'll be more difficult for me to find work that I want. I feel that if I don't get the kind of work that I want, then I'll never be able to take that kind of work seriously.
Huh? What are you rambling on about? I know that it's due to you never making it out with a college degree that nobody wants to hire you. We are a family of elite bankers, and we're all getting pretty close to kicking you out of the family for your repeated failures. I've already talked a lot of this over with Mom, but could you possibly stop coming back home to us now?
What? What are you talking about, Joyce?
We are already planning to take all your things that are still in this house and throwing them away for you. So don't even bother coming back here. Go out into the world and take care of yourself, you trash.
Wait, but asking me to do that out of left field is way too soon, right? I do want to get out of the house just as much as all of you want me to, but saying that you're already going to be throwing my things out and kicking me out so soon is too fast.
We're not going to be throwing away your things, though.
Huh?
After all your failed attempts to become someone more than just a loser in this family, you and all your things are like garbage. And garbage has to be thrown out. So we'll make sure that the trash gets taken out right away. Therefore, you are now on your own with no family left to support you. Goodbye now, you filthy mess.
I've always felt that all of you have been terrible for people I call family, but I never expected you all to take things this far. Kicking me out of the house just like that, it's crazy.
And don't even bother trying to come back to us ever again. But even if you do still feel as though you'll find a way back into the family, know that we'll have the lock changed and you'll never be able to come back into the house. Ha! I'll even make sure to let all of our neighbors know that you're not welcome here anymore and to call the police if they ever see you around our house. Consider this your one and only warning. Ha!
You're going even further with all this now? When are you guys going to stop with this nonsense? Don't you guys even feel a bit of sadness that you're doing this to your own family right now? I have dealt with you all this whole time, even with all the hate you throw my way. But I guess this is where I should draw the line because I seriously never thought a day like this would come so soon.
Well, this is all because of you, right? We are a family of highly praised bankers. Yet, you never bothered trying to make anything of yourself. You never gave it your all in education, and you never tried when it came to finding a job. So there's no other choice than this. You couldn't even do the one thing that this family is known for, and that's being good with money.
But I never wanted to be a banker or have anything to do with money. I had tried working for a bank when I graduated high school, but it wasn't for me, and I chose to go down a different path than all of you did. But because of that, you and the rest of the family call me a failure, even though I have been doing just fine following my dream.
Say whatever the heck you'd like. We've all decided to have you kicked out of this house. So don't try coming back, or you'll only make life worse for yourself. Now, goodbye forever, you pile of garbage. Ha! And I'm never going to even think of you as my sister from now on.
Wait, Joyce, are you actually wanting to go through with all of this? Can you guys at least give me my things to take with me? Throwing all of those things away is not okay, please.
I'm beyond surprised. I never actually thought today would be the day that I'd be seeing you again after all these years, especially at a place like here.
I'm just as surprised as you are about this. But what really shocked me was the way you began to freak out when you saw me and screamed to have me thrown out at once, which, of course, people followed through with.
Where did you end up hearing that I'd be having my wedding today? I bet after hearing about me finding a man of my own, you became jealous and wanted to find your way into here. Well, I never wanted to see you again after we kicked you out of the family a long time ago. You pile of garbage, ha ha ha.
So even after 12 years have gone by, you're still going to call me a pile of garbage? I was sure that you would have changed after such a long time of having never seen me, but I was wrong.
Oh, why did you come here today? Even Mom is upset after having to see you again after so long. And she wants to know just as much as I do why you came all the way here to see us. I seriously do not ever remember sending you any sort of invitation to my special day, so why have you made your way in here uninvited? Did you think you could make up with us again?
That was never my reason for coming today. And I never knew that this was going to be your wedding either.
Really? I can tell that you're lying to me right now. If you never knew that today was going to be the day of your sister's wedding, then why did you come here all dressed up like you were trying to impress us and get back into the family? I'm sorry, but clothing like that is still not going to meet our family's standards.
I'm very well aware that both you and Mom are never going to let go of all the hate you have for me. But unlike the future you saw me having, I have not become a failure, and if anything, I've come out on top. And having to hear from you today that you wanted me to leave your wedding without even giving me the chance to retort, you've confirmed to me that both you and Mom are hopeless.
Oh, come on now, Alice. We know better than to let you talk to us after how much you'd fallen. Tell me, have you actually come out on top of us after all these years? Are you working for the banks now as a banker yourself?
I'm not a banker.
Well, then that confirms to all of us that you are a failure and will never climb out of that pit you dug yourself into. Ha! So, now, tell me why you had to come back into our lives like that on my biggest day. Could this all have something to do with you losing all your money and wanting us to hand some over to you? We all told you long ago that we have no use for someone who never graduated with a college degree and who never became a banker like the rest of us. And I never remember sending any failures an invitation to my wedding today.
So you have no clue about me then?
Huh? What else is there to know about you?
I did not come to this wedding today to celebrate you or ask for your money. I'm here at this wedding today because the groom of the wedding today, your husband, is one of my employees. I came as his CEO to show support for him on his special day.
Huh? You're his CEO. Why are you starting to spew complete nonsense at me now like that?
As far as I'm aware, the man you are having this wedding with today, Ethan, is working for me within my company. But I never once thought that the woman he'd be getting married to today would be my long-lost sister from so long ago. Well, I understand everything now, and can begin to see how all of this happened. He did tell me a little while back that he'd be getting married to someone who works for the bank.
Why are you calling him Ethan like you know him? There's no way him and you are close enough to where you actually know him that well. Tell me the real reason as to why you know the name of my husband.
And I've been explaining to you the reason why for the past couple of minutes now. But for some reason, you're not willing to accept anything I've told you thus far, huh? Well, I don't ask that you understand everything I'm explaining to you, but please know that this is all the truth.
Wait, then you actually are his CEO? You're actually telling me that you are my husband's boss?
You could call me his boss, but I'm the CEO of the company he works for. And there's a few people between him and I when it comes to who his bosses really are. I can see now why all of you guys were in such a panic today when you saw me. I bet you never actually thought that the woman you called a failure so long ago and kicked out of the house with all her things would turn into someone who has their own company and has hired your husband.
I bet you're nothing in reality. There is no way in hell you've actually become a CEO after we kicked you out. Well, at least I thought there was no way in hell. Are you really a CEO now?
I really am. You're being a jerk right now acting like that about me, Joyce. I'll have to talk with Ethan about all of this soon so that he has better understanding of what all he's gotten into.
Huh? What do you plan to tell him about?
Well, I had planned to come to his wedding today as he wanted me to introduce myself as his CEO to his family and friends. But you've gone and kicked me out of there before I even had a chance to explain things. I have once again been kicked out by both my mom and sister after they both started yelling at me and calling me a pile of garbage and a failure. So I have no desire to come back to your guys' wedding now. I'll have to tell Ethan about this so that he's aware I'll no longer be around to introduce myself to anyone.
Ah, crap. He did tell me that today everyone would get to meet his CEO, but I never assumed they'd be you. When he showed me the name of his CEO, she had the same first name as you, but the last name was different.
It's been over a decade now since we last talked. It wouldn't be crazy for me to have gotten married in that time frame and changed my last name, right?
You got married. In other words, you're saying that you got married to someone before I did?
It's been a little over 5 years now since I had my wedding. And it was 10 years ago that I started my little company. And within the past decade, it's grown exponentially to where I now have a few offices outside the city. Ethan has been working for me for a very long time now, at least 7 years, I believe. And he's even on track to being promoted into a far better position after his wedding.
Hey, Alice, I'm not sure if what all you're saying is 100% true or not, but can you promise me that you won't say anything necessary to Ethan about this today?
What about this would be necessary to him?
I don't want him thinking that the whole reason his CEO couldn't come today to introduce herself to everyone was because of me. Go and tell him that you couldn't make it to the wedding because you feel sick or something like that, okay? I don't even believe you when you say you're his CEO, but this is all just to be on the safe side of things. So, if you really are, then do as I've asked, and I promise not to get any more upset with you. You understand what I'm asking from you, right?
What kind of person do you think I am? You're asking me to do all that for you, even though you've always looked down on me and hurt me in multiple ways? Funny how much the tables turn when you realize that I'm not the one in a deep hole that I can't get out of, but rather, you are. Let me just say this. No matter how hard you try to talk me out of telling him, it's too late. I bet when your husband, Ethan, hears about all of this, he's going to explode on you.
Why would he end up being that upset with me? Stop talking to me about my husband like you know him better than me.
Did you know that he never graduated with a college degree either? And that the only reason he has a job right now is because I gave him a chance back then? He's just like me in a way, coming from a past where nobody respected him, and now he's going to learn that you never respected me for that same reason.
What? Ethan never graduated from college? Oh.
It's crazy to think that after how much you bullied me for never graduating from a college, you managed to find someone to make your husband who was in the same boat as me.
Well, who cares if he graduated with a degree or not after high school? He's still very young and has a lot of time ahead of him to make lots of money with that brain of his. I know for a fact that he'll never have to worry about finding work in his life because he has the perfect job right now.
But the one that gave him that perfect job happened to be me, the person you bullied long ago for not having a degree. Well, I did manage to go to technical school after that, so you could say I am certified in the work I do. I happen to have the brains and ability, though, where I can succeed in life just like everyone else, without having a degree in anything. I wonder what Ethan will think, though, when he finds out that you bullied someone like him so much and kicked her out of your own family for never going to college.
Wait, stop that. I told you not to tell him anything unnecessary. He'll start to think that I'm some sort of monster for thinking and acting like that.
Sorry. I just told him about all of that.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Seems that, by the way, he's responded to me. He's in disbelief about you right now.
No freaking way, Alice. We are supposed to start the wedding really soon here, and now my man is getting pissed off. And he's telling me right now that he never thought of me as being such a disgraceful human. I'm in a panic right now, Alice.
Well, you starting to panic about all of this isn't going to change the fact that you screwed up. And I think Ethan has the right to know the real kind of woman you are before he gets any further with you in this wedding. If you were going to make it any further with your antics today without him noticing, then his reaction would only be worse than it is now come the time he realizes the real you. I know this must hurt a lot to have happened now, but I think it'd be best if you gave up now.
What do you mean you think it's best for me to give up now? What the hell do you think I should be giving up on? Hold on, this is not good. It looks like Ethan is asking for this whole wedding to be canceled now.
I knew something like that would happen. But I have to say, I agree with what he's thinking. I know that you're both already married now, but I'm sure that he doesn't want things to go any further with you now that he's heard everything. Next, he'll probably be asking for a divorce.
Huh? Why are you thinking that the worst outcomes are going to happen to us? I do not want him to leave me. I'd finally found myself a man that has a good job and can bring in all the money I need. But now I have to live with the news that he's been working for you this whole time. What the hell is up with all of that?
As far as I'm aware, you're the only one that should be considered the mess-up in all of this.
But you're the one that should have never been able to become the CEO of any company. How the hell have you pulled off such a lie that you were able to get even my husband to believe you?
I told you that none of this is a lie, Joyce. You heard everything from Ethan himself now, right? So you should understand that everything I've said is the truth. I am the CEO of the company he works for, and I always will be, whether you want to believe that fact to be true or not. And that's why at this moment, Ethan is very upset with you. His idea of the person you are was wrong. Someone like you that acts like a bully and thinks that those who never graduated from college are trash don't deserve to become happy. Now you and Mom get lost and fix your ways of thinking.
Even if you do tell us to leave and change, this was the day that I had been dreaming of having for so long now. I was about to have a really good man as my husband, but now you're saying that things with him won't work out? Are you telling me that he no longer loves me?
It's not about whether he loves you or not anymore, but that he's been blown away by the monster he's learned you are. I'm sure anyone would be acting the way he is now after learning the person they love is a disgraceful woman.
But seeing that he trusts you more than he trusts me, don't tell me that you've been planning on something like this happening for the past 12 years now.
What about this would I have planned for?
You knew that he was going to marry me, and that's why you decided to employ him. Also that you could get your revenge on me, right?
There's no way that'd be the case. How selfish can you be, Joyce? Seriously. I told you already that he's been working for me in this for a very long time now. So would you stop trying to make things about this worse by selfishly changing the story to make you the victim?
So then this is all just happening by coincidence only.
We live in a pretty small world. I didn't believe that I'd be running back into you ever again either, after you all kicked me out of the house. But I'm sure that after today, you and I really will never have to run into one another again.
I just want us to go back to cutting ties with one another. But if I do that now and leave all of this mess as it is, then Ethan's going to end up leaving me as well. This is all your freaking fault. I'm supposed to be your big sister, right? So you can do something to save me from losing my husband and my wedding. Do something about this right now. Hurry up.
There's nothing I can do nor want to do to help you. Everything that happens from now on regarding your marriage to Ethan has no relation to me. All I did today was tell Ethan about the person you are and about how your actions have affected me in the past as well as today. But he's the only one that can choose what to do with all of that information, not me. I'm sorry that you never learned to give up on treating me like garbage after 12 years, but this is what happens to rotten people. But maybe now that everything is affecting you personally, you'll start to learn from all of this and change for the better. Now, good luck with that and everything else that's going to ruin your life.
Wait, please, Alice. Please get Ethan to understand me and continue with the wedding. You're his CEO after all, so he'll have to listen to you, right?
Well, if he's going to listen to me, then I'll ask him to cancel this wedding and get as far away from you as possible. Having to be married with you for the rest of his life would be the worst thing to ever happen to him, and I don't want that.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Now, can you stop replying to me about all of this? You're being a pain in my butt. Goodbye forever now, you pile of garbage. Must really burn to be a failure in a family filled with elite bankers. Maybe you can go bring Mom along with you as you go burn in hell. In the end, Alice went and told pretty much everything to Ethan about his wife and how she views people that never went to college. And because of that new information to him, he ended up canceling the wedding and getting a divorce from Joyce. Ethan has always been very thankful of everything Alice had given him with the job, and so his love for Joyce died within seconds of hearing the truth. And as for Joyce and her mother, the family learned about what they'd done to Alice by kicking her out of the wedding and were just as pissed at them as Ethan was. Joyce would then lose her job within her family's bank and would go on to be the family's new failure.
Are you also planning on coming to my wedding now, Faith?
Jasmine, congratulations on getting married. And yes, I am planning on coming along to your wedding as well. I received your invitation a while back and made sure to RSVP, but perhaps you never heard anything about that yet?
I have heard all about that already, and that's the whole reason I'm asking you if you're coming or not.
Why would you be asking me if I'm coming or not again then?
You're still planning to come to my very special day even though you're in a wheelchair? Why would you do that? And actually, what do you have against me that makes you want to come and ruin the one day I ask for everything to be perfect?
So that's what all this is about then. What you're telling me, Jasmine, is that you don't actually want me to come to your wedding then. And that's why you're trying to make it seem as though I'm going to come to your wedding with the want to destroy it?
I
I'm not just trying to make it seem that way, though. I know that when you come into the wedding hall in that moving jail cell of yours, you're going to make sure the whole atmosphere goes sour. What do you actually think you're doing coming to my wedding in that thing? I'm telling you that there will be no place for disabled people like you at my wedding. I don't need you to have a seat or anything prepared for me anyway, as I'm already sitting and can just roll up behind everyone else. I'm sure that it may be difficult for me to see such things if I'm behind a bunch of other people, but I'll make things work when I get there. You really want to come to my wedding that badly, huh? Don't you realize that having to cater to a cripple during the whole day will cause others to become stressed out? Seriously, why the hell are you wanting to come to the wedding? It's a mystery to me. You're going to be a huge disturbance for everyone, yet you still think it's okay to come? A disturbance? You really think I'm going to allow myself to get in everyone else's way while I'm there? Actually, can you explain to me in detail how I'm going to be a disturbance to everyone at your wedding? I'm sure you'll have a hard time giving me some examples of that, so perhaps you should stop trying to make me out as some sort of heartless monster. Well, it's only natural that the one being a huge disturbance wouldn't bother thinking about all the problems they can cause. You're being pretty rude today, Jasmine. But I guess I should be expecting that sort of behavior from you. Well, I understand how you feel about me coming on your once-in-a-lifetime day. But you're not the only person that's allowed to invite people to your wedding, and it seems to me that someone else would really like me to be there. So what choice should I make when it comes to me coming or not? It's still your wedding after all, so if you really do want me to stay away from your wedding, then I'll listen to you and do as you wish. I know that my brother wants you to be there, but he's way too nice of a person to tell you the truth to your face. I mean, that's probably the whole reason behind him ending up with a crippled woman in the first place. He was too nice to say no to you back then, and even now he can't bring himself to say no to you and tell you the reality of things. Maybe he just likes to be a charitable person, and this was his way of sacrificing something he had for another, lesser being. What do you think about being a bit nicer to me, Jasmine? Not only are you being rude to me, but you've started to say things about Hank that I'm sure he'd be upset about. You're the one feeding off his kindness, so what makes you think I care about how I'm making you feel right now? Well, here's something for you, Faith. I do not see you as anyone close to my sister-in-law, okay? And the reason for that is because I felt very bad for my poor brother and the fact that he forced himself to be with you. How about you go try and tell something like that to Hank then instead of me? I'm sure that you letting him know how you'd feel about him and I will quickly get you the results a whole lot quicker than telling me. Because you sitting there going off on me like this is not going to get you anywhere or change anything between us at all. So if you really don't want me to come to your wedding and you have a good reason for it, then tell your brother that and see what he thinks. Faith, you're really a pain to deal with and a disgusting woman. I'm asking you to stay away from my wedding with the hopes that my brother never has to know the real reason why. Without him knowing why you don't want me there? You know that he's going to become suspicious about things the moment I don't come with him to the wedding hall. I have no idea why you even think it's possible to hide something like that from him. Oh, maybe you're trying to say that you don't want him finding out about how twisted of a soul you have and about the way you've been talking to me right now? Shut up! Listen to me, Faith, if you actually do come to my wedding, then I'm never going to forgive you for it. And another thing, if you say anything to my brother that would cause him to suspect I've done anything, I'll make you regret ever coming around him or I. So if you'd like to find out what I'll do to you after coming, then be my guest. At least in my case, if I were you, I'd stay away and not even try to poke the bear, which is me. Well, if you're saying that you don't want me talking with your brother about any of this, then how am I supposed to stay away from your wedding without him noticing? I'm sure if you put some thought into all of this, you would understand why what you're asking for is not making any sense. How about to stop myself from being a disturbance at the wedding, I just show up for a little bit to say hi to everyone and then head back home? That should be okay with you, right? I'm telling you that I don't even want to see your face on my special day. Well, I'm trying to think of what to do for your sake, Jasmine. Anyway, I need to go. Goodbye. And with that, have you finally been given the chance to think about all I'd said to you earlier? Maybe you came all the way here today to learn the truth about where you stand in this family and within society itself. Kicking me down on the day of your own dang wedding? Do you understand what you've just done to me, Jasmine? You've just gone and wrecked my wheelchair by doing all of that to me. Looking at you right now, you really do look like a fish out of water, wiggling around on the floor. You know, I had to kick you in that wheelchair after you came here uninvited. If it wasn't for that hunk of metal that you're stuck in, I wouldn't have had to go through all this work showing you that you don't belong here. So you kicked me down just because I'm in a wheelchair? Are you seriously going to tell me that you have no idea how horrible of a person you're being right now saying things like that to me? I get that you don't want me to be here today on your most important day, but are you not aware that you took things a bit too far to show me that? Just know that if you say anything about this to my brother, I'm going to kick you down even harder and send you to the hospital. It'd suck having to be kicked down again, even now that you don't have anything to help you move around anymore, right? Hearing that I'll do it again to you should help make your choice pretty clear right now, right? Jasmine, you've shown me today that no matter what I try saying to you about the way you've been treating me, my words will never enter your ears. I've told you plenty of times now. I don't even see you as my sister-in-law, so you should not be coming to my wedding. What kind of stranger thinks it's okay to come into some random person's wedding like you have, especially when you're a cripple? I'm not going to have a place for you here, so you're just wasting everyone's time and energy by barging in. I can see that you're having a great time saying such discriminating things about me, but do you really now see how disgusting of a person you're being right now? I'm not going to listen to anything a low-life cripple has to say about me. Especially one that's just been kicked down after showing up to a wedding for someone she doesn't even know and was never invited to. And why would I ever invite you to my wedding when you're stuck in that chair? If after being kicked out of that chair has taught you anything about your position in this world, then go ahead and leave my wedding.
Then, we're heading home as well.
Huh?
This would be Faith's husband. And since it seems you're taking things that far, we're going to head home ourselves.
Huh? Hank? Faith's husband would be you, right, Hank? What are you going on about? Today is your little sister's wedding, right? I'm sorry that I have to kick your wife out of here, but my older brother leaving my wedding to go back home isn't okay, right? You're part of my family.
Well, Faith is part of my family, and I'm not going to let you continue to harass her the way you have been. And to make sure that it can never happen again between you and her, I'm going to be cutting ties with you.
Hold on, man. Do you even understand what you're saying to me, Hank? You're supposed to be nice all the time, right? So why are you saying something so scary to me right now? Did something change inside you? Because you're acting really strange. Did Faith end up saying something to you that she shouldn't have?
Before you start to even question the way I'm acting right now, how about you take a look at what you've done to her and answer that question? You literally just kicked my wife out of her wheelchair at your own wedding. There's no way in hell I'm going to be forgiving you for doing something so ridiculous to her.
I told you to hold on a second. Are you really this upset with me right now over something like that? The way you're treating me is really worrying me now. What should we do about this? After hearing something like that from your normally kind and precious older brother, you're probably starting to sweat now, right? Huh? Is this you, Faith? What was up with that? Are you trying to give me a freaking heart attack with that crap? Trying to fake being my brother and sending messages like that is the worst thing you could do to the bride on her wedding day. I'm not going to continue talking to someone that's a complete freak if she can't talk about things with me like an adult. That's what I've been thinking about you, Jasmine. What? What you just heard from Hank was actually typed by him. And after what he's heard about you and the way you've been treating me, he is very upset and will probably not take things lightly around you anymore. Actually, he's going to talk about this with some family and friends now. Huh? He's going to talk about what with all of them right now? Oh, they're starting to say that they all want to leave as well now. What? What What the hell are you talking about, Faith? I'd really like it if you stopped talking like a crazy person around me and started to explain what all of that means, please. Everyone is starting to make it seem as though they're fine with cutting ties with you, so don't worry about what they're all doing. As of right now, they've all sided with me on thinking that you're acting like a jerk because of everything you've said and done to me. There's no way they'd all side with you, though. They're all family and friends of mine. Why are they starting to side with a stranger, and a crippled stranger at that? Jasmine, the whole reason for that is that what you'd done to me was not the right thing to do. What did I do to you? When it comes to everything you've done, everything you've thought of, it's all been wrong. And not just wrong, but far from normal, actually. And Hank being pissed at you is the correct response to all of that. And right now, everyone is beginning to walk out of the building, and I think I'm going to head home myself now. Wait a second. Are you actually telling the truth right now? Now you have yourself a wonderful day doing this wedding with none of your friends or family around. And as for the wheelchair of mine that you've ruined, I'll be coming to you later to get the money to repair it. You can understand me doing that, right? You want to come and get money from me now? What the hell? I've never heard of anyone ever doing that to someone for teaching them a simple lesson. I told you everything just a second ago, Jasmine. You can read, can't you? What I said is that you've wrecked my wheelchair after kicking me out of it. For some reason, an idiot like you thought it was a good idea to kick me out of the one thing that I rely on to get around, as well as broke it in the process. So now I need to take my wheelchair in to be repaired, and you're going to be the one paying for all the repairs that need to be made to it. Not only is the structure of it bent, but you also broke one of the front wheels off the chair. That'll only cost a few $100s to repair, right? Well, it would be nice if it only cost that much, but based off all the damage you've done, it'll cost way more than that. But I have no way of paying you that kind of money right now. Also, my family and friends leaving my wedding is crazy, right? If my husband and his family find out about all of this, things will go way downhill for me. Well, it looks to me like they already know all about what's going on here today between you and I, but... Huh? What do you mean by that? What happened between you and I? I'm saying that they know about how you came up to me and kicked me out of my wheelchair and onto the floor, as well as broke my wheelchair in the process. Apparently, one of your husband's family members saw this all go down, and since you're in your wedding dress, they know it had to have been you doing that to me. They then went ahead and told your husband about all of that in a panic. Wait, what you're saying should have never happened today. Crap. Now they're saying that they want this wedding to be canceled after what's happened. Well, that would be the best choice after what everyone's heard and seen from you. Now, even your husband's side of the family is shocked by the character you've displayed today, and I'm sure they all don't want you staying married to your husband. And that poor family member that had to witness all of that in the first hand today, I'm sure they never expected you to be the kind of person that thinks it's okay to kick someone out of their wheelchair. But I'm sure anyone would have been shocked by seeing that. This is all way too screwed up. Saying that they want this wedding to be canceled now. All I wanted was for cripples like you to stay out of my wedding. That's it. It was also that my day and my husband's day would be perfect and not ruined by someone who can't stand up on their own. Why did you have to come here today and ruin everything that I worked so hard for? This is all your fault that I'm going to have to leave here today with no fond memories of my husband and I. I told you that you're a disturbance, yet you came here anyway. Perhaps this is all happening because you've acted like a schoolyard bully today? Excuse me? Just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean that I was the one being a disturbance to everyone today. I think that the reason your wedding is going to be canceled is because you thought it was a good idea to do all of that ridiculous crap to me. And now everyone knows the real you. So stop trying to blame your wedding going under on me when all I did was come into the wedding hall and say hi. And now your brother is fed up with you, Jasmine. So when I say that he's planning on cutting ties with you, I'm being serious. There's no freaking way, though, that he'd want to cut ties with me. Stop trying to say things like that for my brother without him being here to defend himself. Do you really think that I'm lying about what he said? You just heard him a second ago, right? He said it himself that he doesn't want you coming around us anymore. In other words, saying he's cutting ties with you. He knows the truth about what you've done to me and knows that you have no intention of being nice to me anymore. Not that you ever were, though. Before today, I was actually doing my very best to keep myself from telling Hank about the way you'd been treating me. But after what you've done today, and with one of your husband's family members witnessing everything, there's no way to hide your disgusting behavior from anyone anymore. And so after explaining everything to Hank, this is the result. Explained everything to him? He has not heard everything just yet. All I had to do was tell him about what you'd done today, as well as show him all the texts you'd sent me recently, and that was enough for him to have a very good understanding of what you think of me. Well, look, this is all really screwed up. It looks like he's already gone and told everyone about us now, and they're all leaving the building now. This is not good for me. Faith, come back here. If you start making your way back here now, you'll be able to tell them that everything's okay and that my wedding can go back to normal. I'm sure that we can get my husband's family to understand and keep them from having this whole wedding canceled. I'm your sister-in-law, so please get back here. I'm not going back there. And after what you've done to my wheelchair, there's no way I'll be making my way back there. I can't walk on my own, right? What kind of weak reasoning is that? You have that wheelchair still, and I'm sure it's not that broken. You still have 3 wheels on it, right? Just hop back into that and wheel yourself back here. Do you really want to just let my wedding fall apart after all the hard work I've put into it? Your wedding and all the work you've put into it have nothing to do with me. You told me that I'm just a stranger to you, so why would anything that has to do with you bother me in any way? And now your brother is cutting ties with you, so you won't even have a way of coming to us asking for our help or our sympathies after what you've done to yourself. So don't try to make it seem as though I need to care about anything regarding you, because I never will. And anyway, even if I wanted to come back there and help you fix the problems you've made for yourself, you said that cripples like me are not allowed to come into that wedding. I know the rules you've laid out very well now, so don't think you can trick me into coming back. Me not coming back to that place is okay, right? I don't want to be kicked down a second time, especially now that both my hands are all scraped up and my wrists hurt a little bit. I know I said things like that before about you, but this time it's okay for you to come back and see the wedding. Please come back here and help save my wedding. If you don't come back here and make things right, then my brother will never come back here to see me on my very special day. And if he isn't here to talk my family and friends back into staying for the wedding, then it can never happen and will be ruined. Well, what about just giving up on the wedding and calling it a day after all this, Jasmine? I'm sorry, but to me, I don't think your husband is going to want to stay with you anymore now. And as for everyone else, I think they can all agree with me that after showing your true colors today, they don't want to stick around anymore. Would anyone want to watch someone have their wedding after they kicked someone out of their wheelchair and laughed while doing it, all before running away right after? I'm sorry, but whatever poor family member had to witness that will never approve of you having a wedding with your husband now. Well, even if you think that, when I did all of that to you, I thought I was doing the right thing and protecting my wedding. Well, that way of thinking is something that a lot of us here do not agree with. I've seen lots of people that are like you who happen to look down on me for being in a wheelchair and all of that, but I've never had anyone think it's okay to kick someone out of their wheelchair and laugh about it. What you'd done was really the first time I'd ever actually felt bad for myself having to end up with both my legs being unusable. Before, I was able to just ignore everyone, but this time, you took things too far. Looking down on you? Like, discrimination? I didn't plan on discriminating you in any way, though. Even if you didn't plan on it, the way you acted today was discrimination. And that was made clear as day to everyone at the wedding. Have you started to understand what everyone around you thinks about what you've done? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter if you understand or not, since the outcome of your actions will have little to do with me. So really, you can keep thinking you were in the right for what you've done to me, and I won't care. Now this is goodbye forever, you pile of crap. Forever? You're cutting ties with me as well now? Why wouldn't I be? My husband is going to be cutting ties with you to help protect me from your actions, so I'm joining him to make sure that you never have the opportunity to come near me again. Now, I hope that things can still go well for you today with that wedding, but I highly doubt they will. In the end, what Jasmine had said and done to me was shown to her husband, and after being so surprised by finally shown the true Jasmine, he asked for the whole wedding to be canceled and that everyone who was still there go home. Most of the people on his side of the family were also on their way out by this time, so hearing from him that he wanted them out of there was no surprise. She was also told that she'd have to pay for the cancellation fees regarding the canceled wedding and that her husband wouldn't be paying a cent of it. The total price ended up being around $50,000, which I'm sure she won't be able to pay off immediately. But that's what borrowing money is for, and I'm sure she'll have to be doing a lot of that to afford the cleanup after the mess she'd made. After that day, Jasmine's husband filed for divorce, and after that went through, he and his family cut ties with her and never even bothered to say goodbye. When all of that had finished, Jasmine thought that she still had the chance to get her brother and I to forgive her for what she'd done. But after coming to our house to try and beg for our forgiveness, we shut the door in her face and told her that the next time she showed up to the house, we'd have the police come and arrest her. The one nice thing about her coming to the house, though, was that I was able to hand her the bill for my wheelchair repairs and said that she had a month to pay me back or else I'd take her to court and have my lawyer handle her. I still think hearing and seeing all of that from her brother and I really set her mind straight and showed her that what she'd done was really not okay with anyone. But it's too late now for her mind to be set straight, as her family and husband are no longer around her anymore and have no plans of coming back to her. That poor little idiot.